that you did.
Oh, gotta play that.
So how good is that game?
I really enjoy it.
It's pretty good. It's tedious in a way that it's supposed to be.
I played over like 40 hours of League this week.
Bitch, please.
Sigh.
Yeah.
Just just a heads up too. I have a little touchscreen laptop, so if you see me like reaching at the camera, that's just me being too lazy to scroll my mouse.
Okay.
I know you want to touch my fabulous hair, but
Yeah, it's just like, oh.
You got a hair.
I did get a haircut.
You did. I think it looks good, Tony.
If
By the way.
you're talking about just seeing me 2 seconds ago on camera, my hair is like really weird today. So
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
the weird
You're
hair.
strange black, Tony. It's so weird.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a strange cut. It looks like someone listening to an energy tank from Metroid.
Hey man, it was free, so I don't care.
That is the right response. All right, let's get this show cracking. It is Saturday,
Crack-a-lackin'.
December 7th, 2013, and you are listening to the Irrational Passions podcast. I'm Alex O'Neill, and with me this week, we have Brian Nabishin Jackson.
I apologize to all black people.
I apologize for all black people, to all black people, everyone in general. Scott the Enigma Guthier is here.
No, hold on, I'm doing something.
Oh, yeah, I bet you are.
And
You're
now
not
he's here.
recording. He's not recording podcast. That's what Scott's doing. Tony Horvath is here for some reason.
For the first time ever.
You don't play video games, Tony. What are you doing here?
Actually, I think I played too many video games.
Probably. And for this week and this week only, Anutis Tejeda is here as well.
He's
Hello,
allowed to come
everyone.
back.
He's allowed to come back. I was just trying to hype him up, make him sound special. He's special.
Oh, I am special.
Yeah. How you doing, Anutis? You're one of the writers for people that don't know.
Yes, I am. I'm doing very good. And as a little side note, you're the first person who I ever podcasted with back in the BioShock spoiler cast.
Yes, I broke your podcasting cherry.
Yes, you did, and you're here to rip it away from me.
I don't know how I would do that twice, but you know what? If there's a way, I'll find it.
It's been so long since I've been on a podcast, you know? It just grew back, I guess.
That's probably... If we start talking about podcast hymen, I feel like we've gone too far.
I think
7
you're
years.
already way too far down the rabbit hole.
Nick Garrity in the YouTube comments says, Anutis is sexy.
Aw, Nick!
But I assume you do. You came to the wrong place. We got a good show lined up for you guys this week, as always. We took last week off for Thanksgiving, in case you didn't hear when we put out that podcast. But we're back. We're ready. We're getting ready for Game of the Year. We played a whole bunch of video games over the Thanksgiving weekend. And we're going to talk about them in a little bit, but we're changing up formats this week because fuck it. The VGX just happened. We just finished that amazing pile of disappointment, and we're going to talk about that first.
Hey man, it was great.
So I guess I should play this right now. News in gaming.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
I got louder.
Yeah, it was a little loud. Let's talk about news, guys. The VGX.
We talk about these while the list, because they're showing winners now.
Okay, cool. We're getting feedback on the guesses that we made last time we recorded about the VGX. Breaking news.
Shut up.
GTA. Shut up. GTA won Game of the Year. Congratulations, GTA 5. So the VGX
I'm
happened.
surprised.
Yeah. So let's just get some general feels about the VGX out there. Anutis, how did you feel about the show?
Ooh. I...
No, just leave it with ooh. Oh. Oh.
I personally liked
cramp.
Joel McHale as the miserable host in the best worst ways. I don't know. There's just so much wrong and hilarious with that. I don't even know what to say. It was a mess.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like they didn't announce the host beforehand like they normally do, and it feels like he was kind of like this last-minute substitute. Like, he feels very shoehorned into everything that was happening. I don't know if I'm alone in that.
Yeah, that's the kind of vibe that I was getting from him. Like that's what I was telling you when I said, yeah, he looks like he's struggling a little bit and making the comments that he is because he doesn't know as much about the scene.
Yeah, I mean, like what's frustrating is like every time with the VGX, like they get a host that usually is clearly someone who doesn't play video games, and that's fine. That's okay as long as they respect the medium. But they kept trying to say that he did play video games, that he was playing his Xbox One, and it to the like at the end of the show, Keeley was just giving him shit for it because obviously it was all bullshit. He's like, what were you most looking forward to, Joel? Like, what did you see that you want to play on your Xbox One? And he's just, and then it's just Joel McHale being like, for a couple seconds, and then he bounces back. But,
sort of. I'm pretty sure they threw in a Donkey Kong game when they were still talking about the Xbox One.
Probably.
But yeah, he said it was for his kids though, which I think is
But
the most
it's not.
interaction he gets with games.
But it's not for his Xbox One.
It's not for Xbox.
Yeah.
I don't know. The YouTube comments coming in. Harold says, "Hey guys, did Nintendo win anything?" I don't know. Nintendo had its own category that probably lost.
Yep.
James the Stupid says, "No Borderlands Vita update for the win."
Why would I be there?
I don't know. You know what? James wanted it there. But yeah, like the host Joel McHale is kind of going to be the big point of discretion, I think. Anudis.
Yeah.
It could have been handled better. I'll say. Let's just leave it there.
Leave it at that. Yeah.
Nabishin, what were you saying about his hosting and the show in general?
Oh, well, pretty much from what I see it now, like, cause, like, everybody remember last year VGA, and though it wasn't like perfect or anything like that, you could see they were good. You were stepping in the right direction. They just made like a couple of dumb mistakes, like along the way. Just like this kind of tone wise and stuff like that. And that's just pretty much what the VGAs are right now, or at least right now, because like they're getting better, and you can see the potential that they got. It's just they had this like one or two just really just big things that just fuck up the whole thing, and it makes everybody just like scoff and turn their eyes around to it. Because like last year they had like so many good things. Like they had like Journey and Walking Dead for Game of the Year. They had like they had so many great things. Like you can see like, oh, okay, they're starting to get better. They're starting to like recognize things that you probably wouldn't even think about the VGAs would even look at. And now like this year is just like, yeah, like the way they had it like put together, like as far as like, hey, they actually give the awards to people who actually won the shit. They actually have time to like actually see the developers, actually see the people behind like the big names, like the Evan Wells and stuff like that. See the team behind them, to see like who the people who actually make the game. It like that's like all great, and they talk about it, and they talk about like what their involvement is and how important it was to them and what future projects they're about to do. That's all great and everything like that. But then you have people like Joel, when you have Joel there, like kind of like just like kind of downplaying and like it's fun to make fun of video games. Like everybody does it. It's just like when you constantly do it and like you have nothing else to bring to the table, that kind of just seems like it seems mean spirited, even though he's probably just joking and kidding around. But it seems mean spirited, and people like don't really appreciate it after a while. And then just the concert shit, that thing was just one of the worst thing I ever seen like on TV.
Yeah, I don't think you have to apologize for black people everywhere after that last bit. God, that I like Tyler the Creator, but that whole group was just.
It was a train wreck.
Yeah,
I posted. I tweeted
that's
about
putting
it.
it nicely.
I felt my IQ dropping with every letter that came out of their mouth.
I feel it was like that's what they were told to do.
I don't think so.
I hope
No, not when they're talking about like, oh yeah, I killed hookers in GFF all the time, and they just talk about different really terrible things that really put to say on TV in front of it, and then they do a concert where they openly just say the N word up here, and so I don't know.
Come on, some of the stuff it's like that's hardly human possible to be that dumb and be alive.
I don't know. I think it is. That guy just kept saying potatoes. You know.
Yeah.
The only explanation is that they're all
pretty sure
dead.
that that's a joke.
God, I hope so. Well, like, you know, my thing was the tone was just of everything was just always so. It was so fucked pretty much throughout the whole show. Like, you have Keeley there who's like really sincere and real, and he loves video games, and that's all apparent in everything he says. And then you have Joel McHale, who I enjoy. I really do like Joel McHale somehow after tonight. But like, I enjoy him. I enjoy his humor, and I know like what he was getting at. But his tone of like, hey, it's, you know, gamers are fat slobs who eat Cheetos and do nothing else with their lives, and just like that, just kind of they kept hitting that same note throughout the entire show, just over and over and over again. When like
He was cynical, but he wasn't that kind of cynical. Come on.
He was pretty bad. Like, you missed like the first 30 minutes. Like, he did definitely. There was a moment where I'm sure someone said, "Dude, tone it down," because afterwards, like, he started saying, "I'm sorry," to like Tim Schafer and Reggie, like when he was up there, and it seemed like he had been told to tone it down. But like in that first 30, 45 minutes, it was rough, and there was no holding back. Which again, like Nabishin said, it's fine to make fun of people who play video games. That's okay. But like the better humor, I think, was like the Mega 64, which was very obviously dramatic and sarcastic,
Over the top.
and over the way that no one could misinterpret it. Like, it was funny because it was dumb, and it was like, hey, we know this is dumb, but you know, that mixed up with Joel McHale's like stone face sarcasm, just I could see that getting misconstrued in a bad way. There's a lot of misdirection with tone, but you know, like I feel like it's not wrong for someone to have hoped going into this that the VGX would have been better, because it feels like they were really trying. Like, Jeff Keighley was out
you
there
and
doing
Vicky felt that way. Like,
Yeah.
no, it should be pretty good. They're doing it on TV. They had like, there won't be like ads and sponsors everywhere, and like all these celebrities that don't really have business being there, that type of stuff. Like, oh, you're pretty much Xing out all the do bro stuff from it, so you can just really focus on the video game. And they pretty much were doing that. So, like I said, they took that big step back with Joe McHale a little bit, just a little bit. I'm not gonna say like he completely ruined the show.
No, he did.
But it just
Yeah, it was just like, you know, after each segment they would have like the developers there, and they would have them talking about whatever they just announced or they revealed, and they had the developers do their acceptance videos, like for everything. It was like, hey, you won, now send us a video back, and that's however you want to accept it, we will show it, as long as it's appropriate. And it was clear, like, there were some heartfelt things there. Like, I thought the Irrational Games one was silly in a good way.
Irrational probably took the best award. They just took random people, and they're just like, go ahead and make an acceptance speech, and it's just like a montage of all them awkwardly not knowing what to do.
Yeah, it was like, hey, that's the team, you know, it was a group effort, and let's show a whole bunch of them, you know, and that was clever, I think, but, like, just that mixed up with, you know, Joel McHale being there in every interview, clearly not knowing what to say or what questions to ask, you know.
Aside from when's it coming out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's pretty much anyone who doesn't know video games knows to ask that question. A couple more people in the chat said, Alaya, I think it is, said they should have a host who actually cares about video games, in my opinion. Kitten Doomsday says the whole show was cringeworthy. And Harold said the VGX, like the gaming media as a whole, was anti-Nintendo and anti-handheld. The nominees, winners, and announcements reflected this. I think, you know, I think the VGX was kind of in that direction, but I don't think gaming media is like that at all.
Yeah, not at all.
I wouldn't. Zelda's getting praised as much as it is. No.
And, you know, like, pretty much unanimously from everything, all of the media outlets that I check in and listen to, they're saying if you want to buy a system this year, buy a 3DS, which is 100% true.
Yep.
What about a 2DS? Because I just saw the new Pokemon XY bundles, and I was mildly considering it.
I think that's a valid option if you don't have the money to spend on a 3DS or an XL. What are you going to say, Scott?
Well, here's the thing about the 2DS XL. It's not like it's obscenely uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Have you held one?
Yes. Now,
Okay.
it's more or less that it's weird in its size. It's not really something that you can put in your pocket like we used to because it's just too big for your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have a backpack, you can throw it in that, but it's not going to be in like that little side container you have. It's going to probably fill up one of your other slots.
Yeah. It's
You have to
big.
dig around for it.
It makes it not travel compatible if you don't have like a bag or something.
You're going to need a screen protector
Yeah.
because if you if you remember how Game Boy days went,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
my Game Boy Advance original screen got all kinds of fucked.
I took care of my shit.
Well, I got an SP, and then I took care of that.
Still got my SP.
I still have 4. I have 5, actually.
2 of them are mine. 3 of them are probably mine.
2 of them are yours. 3 of them are mine. I can confirm.
Yeah, okay. Then the other thing about it is the screens are weird.
Really?
If you haven't, yes, the screens are not the same size for the top and the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and that makes things a little weird.
Yeah, I mean, like,
So
that's
it's
how
like
the 3DS is.
the thing is built like a brick. Like so, it is that much more durable than both the other versions.
Mhm.
But it's like it is built for kids.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it seems like if you really just want to play those 2DS games, or 3DS games, Jesus Christ, you can get a 2DS and be fine as long as you don't care about, like, portability. It seems alright. It seems like a valid option.
I got a Vita coming my way for Christmas, so I'll probably just stick with that, I guess, for now.
Vita's pretty good. You get that Persona 4 Golden.
God, that's the one game I really want to get. That and Mercenary, Killzone.
It's my fucking favorite game ever because it's amazing. Anything to add to that, Nobshin?
No.
Okay.
You said what you need to say.
Yeah, it's really good. So let's talk about the who won. Who won, Nobshin? Since I imagine that you have it now. You have it in.
I'm still counting down right now. So
The votes
just
are
give me,
in.
like,
Okay.
pretty much all except most anticipated, which might be a deal breaker for somebody. We'll see.
Okay. Then let's talk about the big announcements. The first one was Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah, that took me by surprise.
Yeah, I think that took just about everybody by surprise. Because what
Like,
the
I
hell
didn't
is that
see a
game?
rumor about that at all.
Yeah, so Telltale is making a Borderlands game with Gearbox, I guess, to some capacity, with the writers from Gearbox. I'm reading from Joystick right now. Telltale Games, this will be an episodic series where the storyline is defined by player choices. Gearbox is providing the assets, but the development is all Telltale. There you go. Telltale has created new characters for the game. They are not Vault Hunters. A male character was shown and bears a passing resemblance to Handsome Jack. And that's all that's been said right now.
So no word on if it's like a prequel or a sequel to 2, because I haven't beaten it, so I'm not really sure what happens with Handsome Jack if he dies or lives or whatever.
No, it doesn't say.
So that'll be
But-
interesting.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting. I guess it'll be an adventure game because I can't imagine Telltale just spontaneously making a first-person shooter. But that's weird. It's a weird thing that's happening there.
This could be their first way of getting their feet wet if they do want to make an action game, just to have like a more narrative-driven game, but maybe have some action sequences that it goes beyond like press X, press square, and more. Here's a gun, just do a little shooting sequence. You never know.
Yeah, Telltale's making a new genre of loot-driven adventure games. That is, it's like Diablo, but it's also like The Walking Dead. That's gonna
The
be
more you talk
tagline.
to people, you never know. You might get something really good out of them.
Exactly. What do you think about this, Tony? Because I know you're the big Borderlands 2 fan out of all of us.
Sorry, I was distracted by Cobalt 60.
Okay. Are you back with us now?
I am back with you.
What do you think about this Tales from the Borderlands announcement?
It sounds like an amazing cross between a Tales game and Borderlands.
God damn it. All right, well, there you go. Tony's paying 100% of attention, as per usual.
Sorry, I was really interested in this news story.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that you...
Because I heard about it the other day, and then the follow-up story got posted today, so there you go.
I'm glad to hear that you were also really interested in being on a podcast. It was really...
I am. I love podcasts. They're the best.
Harold responded to us. He said, and yet there were no 3DS announcements during the show, and the major categories, only the RPG category had 3DS representation. Heck, the Nintendo category didn't even have any 3DS representation. I can name 3 3DS games better than Super Mario 3D World. There you go. Again, I'm not disagreeing with you on the VGX maybe not being very privy to the 3DS space, but Nabshin, who's winning? It's easy. Did you post ready? Are you ready to tell us who the votes are in?
Are you done with the Telltale?
Yeah, I think we've discussed the Tales from the Borderlands. We'll take a break to discuss who actually won the awards.
All right. Well, the most anticipated hasn't been announced yet, but more. Oh, never mind. It just did. Titanfall. Okay.
There you go. 2 Titanfall trailers later, surprisingly, it's Titanfall.
All right. So, hold on. I gotta update this really fast, because believe it or not, Alex, you won this.
Really?
Yep.
Was it between me and Evan?
No, it was between you and me.
Damn it.
And what brought you to the top was your love for The Last of Us, pretty much.
Did I come close?
No, you were like 3.
Nice, but I got the 3 that mattered.
Yeah. What brought you down was pretty much your love for the Stanley Parable.
Whatever, man. Great. Game's too good. People just don't understand.
Okay, so who won, Nabashin? Who won the categories of whatever?
All right, for most anticipated, it was Titanfall.
Okay.
Which was pretty obvious, but after this felt bad.
Yeah, I think it was obvious, but like there were also a couple other ones that were definitely contenders in that category.
Yeah, like Watch Dogs would probably like the second one.
Yeah, or Destiny, with them just announcing the release date and everything.
Mm-hmm. Best voice actress goes to Ashley Johnson for The Last of Us.
Okay, rightfully so, I think.
Mm-hmm. Best voice actor, it goes to Troy Baker for The Last of Us, which is very much deserved.
That was I was tied between who I picked and Troy Baker, just because Troy Baker's awesome.
Yeah, you chose Stephen Ogg for people that don't know.
I did.
On that show.
I thought he would get something because he did a fantastic performance. I thought he would at least.
I really did think he did very well.
Yes, I 100% agree.
Yeah. But best character went to the Teeth Twins, which was fucking awesome. And I even sent the mail tweets voice actor. I sent him a tweet saying hey, congrats to you and Jennifer Hale. He actually favorites my tweets, so that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, man. That's how I felt when Ashley Johnson favorited one of my tweets.
Yeah, Oliver. His name's Oliver. I can't say his last name, but yeah. He's an awesome. Best casual game goes to Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty decent. Best handheld game goes to The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. That was pretty much a duh, but
yeah.
You felt for that Pokemon.
Well, I thought Pokemon would win, but again, as I said on the last time we recorded, I would not lose any sleep over Zelda winning.
Mm-hmm. Best PC game goes to Gone Home.
Unfortunately.
Much deserved, I believe.
I think the Stanley Parable deserved that one.
I think it could go either way. I liked them both pretty evenly, I'd say.
Best Nintendo game goes to Super Mario 3D World.
Mm-hmm.
Best PlayStation game goes to The Last of Us.
Because it was the only PlayStation game on the list. So there you go.
Pretty much. Best Xbox game goes to Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Best DLC game was complete bullshit, by the way. Goes to Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
I knew it would be.
What was it?
Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, not DLC, but a game.
Yeah, that doesn't really count at all.
Yeah, but it won apparently. I knew that would happen.
That's garbage.
Totally, 100%. Bullshit.
We all got fucking robbed. Whatever though. I'm so salty about that. Best fighting game goes to Injustice: Gods Among Us.
All right.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep. Best RPG goes to Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch.
100%.
Best independent game goes to Gone Home.
Mm-hmm.
Best action adventure game goes to Assassin's Creed 4: Black Flag. Evan was the only one who felt that was going to win because he's Evan, but still.
You know
Props
what?
to him for getting that right.
Props to him for getting that right, and that's the only category that Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag got nominated for, and that's a fantastic game. So,
Yep.
props.
Props to the team over there at Ubisoft.
You mean props to all of Ubisoft, I believe.
All of Ubisoft.
Because all of Ubisoft touches this Assassin's Creed games.
Best shooter goes to Bioshock Infinite, which Alex got that because I guess I didn't predict Bioshock 4. I mean not Bioshock 4, but Battlefield 4 would be that fucking broken.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting Bioshock to win Best Shooter. I feel like people just kind of saw the name and didn't really read the category.
Well, I think Bioshock Infinite's a really good shooter, personally. I really like those mechanics, and everything else on the list. Battlefield 4 is broken, Call of Duty Ghost doesn't hold up this year, and Metro Last Light wasn't very good on consoles, from what I understand. So it seemed like Bioshock was the best option.
Yeah, I guess if you put all those things in.
Studio of the Year goes to Naughty Dog, which none of us picked.
Unfortunately. Again, I said the same thing. I'm not losing any sleep if Naughty Dog won.
Mm-hmm. And Game of the Year goes to Grand Theft Auto 5, which me and Greg totally called because it's the VGX.
It's true. Again, it was the kind of inverse. I thought Last of Us would win Game of the Year, and Rockstar North would win Studio of the Year. But it was the reverse of that.
Yeah.
Which I think is dumb, but it's VGX.
Yeah. Tomb Raider didn't win anything. That's a crime.
Yeah. Which is disappointing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's pretty much everything.
So what do we think about the scores?
Yeah,
or winners?
Hold on. Give the score results. Let me get that open really fast. So Alex, you got 10. I got 9. Scott got 9. I didn't know we were that close. Wow. Evan got 6. Ray got 8, and Tony got 3. And I think Scott could probably have won if he didn't kind of give up in the middle of it and didn't pick the 3 for best game.
Here's the thing. I gave up at the beginning when I was just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I gave up from then on, and I still got 9.
Yeah.
That's true. Scott gave up.
If I were to try it, I would be closer to Evan's score.
That's true.
I just picked what I thought should win in each one, so I don't really care what other people think. I'm the real winner, in my opinion.
No, you're not. We're all
because I was true to myself.
VGX.
I guess, Tony. I guess you win.
Yeah.
Well, that's not think of this as a game. We know that these awards don't matter. We would like it if they did, but we know that they don't.
It's true. That's
just the comment that Scott just said in chat made me really happy. I don't want to distract Alex though; he's on a roll.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks, Scott.
I was paying attention.
Go ahead, Scott.
I was like, anyway. So the game is can we predict what will win?
Yes.
Because what is this audience? What is this loitering crew that we just watched? What the fuck? that is our mentality going into it.
Yeah.
This year with the nominees, it was too much. Stop.
I mean, every year we say hey, we're predicting what we think will win, not what we want to win, because what we want to win is completely different, and that's why we have our own Game of the Year show.
And the true Game of the Year show, by the way.
This is basically the pessimism contest.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a couple more comments.
Although this year things got, I want to say as far as awards go, they got more in tune to deserving
Oh,
than
God.
biasm.
For the most part, but like some of the categories, like the best Xbox game, best PS3 game, still bullshit. Still completely bullshit.
Well, I know, but I'm talking about like in terms of what was awarded. It wasn't like GTA across the board because GTA is the best thing ever, as we've seen in the past. We have seen that.
Yeah, it's true. GTA will always win, especially when it's the best-selling video game of all time. We have a couple more comments though that I want to read.
ahead.
I'm a
Elfedo.
fan of Katniss Cage.
Oh God, Elfedo Psychedelico? I don't know. Says VGX was just disrespectful to all gamers and the video game industry. And the Geek Intel says that the 3DS doesn't really need any more attention because it sells and it's top of the selling list. Then why they waste their time showing off something they have no problem selling, and the people already know about it? They need to show off something like Donkey Kong for people who don't know about it, like myself. I guess that's true for Nintendo. You know, as far as like awards go and whatnot. You know,
Yeah, like
I think some 3DS games deserve to be on some of those lists.
their highlight is sort of what they showed.
Yeah.
As much as people are hyped for Titanfall, that could have waited. It really could have. What we would probably never have seen No Man's Sky anywhere else but here. I don't know why I feel that way.
Which I'm super excited for too, because Hello
Yeah,
Games.
and I'm like
I love Joe Danger.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they brought it here.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of glad that they brought it here, but that seems like the thing that we're going to start seeing at like a Sony press conference now, because they've really been picking and choosing at those indie games a lot.
Well, no, but like yeah, I know, but like here's like if not here, then it wouldn't have appeared there. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Sony might have picked that up if that studio had approached them, especially since like Joe Danger was published first on PS3. They have a relationship already.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean we can go back into announcements now that we've discussed the winners. Like No Man's Sky was announced and shown, made by the same team that did Joe Danger, Hello Games, and holy shit, does that game look phenomenal!
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't expect a game like that from them.
No, and it's like they said that during the interview that they did after the announcement. They're like, hey, we wanted to do something different, and we wanted to prove that we are a multi-talented team of 4 people, keep in mind.
The first thing I thought of when, because it opened up with them looking in the water,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, you've discovered this place. I thought for some reason it was going to be something along the lines of Spore,
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, you discovered different planets, and on these planets there's different monsters, but then there's like
And
that
you
quick-
go out and you go into space, and then there's a giant war.
Yeah, then they
I'm
show
sorry.
that flash montage, and I see like a laser gun shooting at a ship, and I was like, I wasn't expecting that. I'm so
Yeah.
used to this side-scrolling cartoon Joe Danger, and it just blindsided me.
Yeah, it was like, it shows you swimming in the water, you get up, and then it's like this planet, clearly it's like a full open world, and then the guy moves to a spaceship, gets up, and it just shows him as he leaves the atmosphere and goes into space, and then there are other spaceships just soaring around, and then it, cuts to just flying in the spaceship, like shooting in the spaceship, and going to other planets, and then they were talking about like this is going to be like a fully procedurally generated, some kind of persistent world that multiple players can play in at the same time.
It's like Destiny, but with 4 people making it instead.
Of like 200.
And not restricted to one world.
Yeah. Like Destiny doesn't have some kind of open world where you can get a spaceship and go anywhere you want, where this looks like it kind of does. And it, like Nabishin was saying, props to them for at least attempting to make something of this scale and magnitude, because it's super ambitious. It looks phenomenal. It looks like hey, what if Minecraft looked a little different, and instead of being about creating, it was about adventuring, and you can literally go anywhere. Like, you don't like this planet anymore, get in a spaceship and go somewhere else in the entire universe. Like, that's such a cool idea. And it seems like something that's incredibly difficult to do. But like Scott, you were saying, this seems like the kind of game that they're going to put out in beta and just let people start playing it.
Well, I wouldn't say. I would say yes, but I'm talking about as far as story goes. For games like this story mode is that much less important.
Yeah.
Rather than just saying, "Here you go, run around." Hey, you should probably not go over there, but please do and give me a video of
Yeah.
it.
It's like something like that they'll put out there and they'll add stuff to it as it goes.
Yeah.
And the story will always be secondary because it'll always be about like that exploring multiplayer experience, like Minecraft.
Right.
And I think that's really cool. It looks really good too, just graphics wise. It's striking.
What surprised me isn't that yes that they're attempting it, but that they're attempting to make it look that good
Yeah,
and still going everywhere.
like obviously this is early on, but
How big is that world file size going to be?
right? Like it's early on, but this looks really solid just already. You know, I mean it's vertical slice and whatnot, but still, it's very impressive. Sorry, I was reading a YouTube comment. But let's get back on track. Like chronologically, the next thing they announced after Tales from the Borderlands was Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, or the Nabashin's gonna buy this edition.
Why you say it like that?
I was just because I know you love Tomb Raider. You are the biggest Tomb Raider supporter on the podcast.
Am I really?
Yeah, because I'm the only one that's played it. Other one that's played it.
Tony played it. He doesn't like it as much.
That's why you're the
I
biggest.
haven't gotten around to it.
I
But
played through it all the way.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because we talked about it.
Yeah,
I
we
liked
talked
it.
about the ending.
Yes, I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as you, Nabashin.
Oh, okay.
But they announced that they're remastering it for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It's coming out January 28th, which I didn't see a release date during the show. It'll include improved
Too soon.
visuals, Tress FX, and all the previously released multiplayer DLC.
which no one cares about.
Yeah.
Sure.
Indeed.
Cost for handout. For the people who decide to skip, they might get it this time, but
Mhm.
that person's not going to be me.
Well, I mean, like, I don't think it's too soon. Well, you don't technically own your own PS4 or Xbox One. I think this.
bought a Wii game.
I know.
A Wii
did
game,
buy-
sorry.
You did buy Pikmin, and you don't technically own a Wii U. But like, I think this is a great game for people who just bought an Xbox One and PS4 to play during January, because there's nothing coming out in January, except maybe like Octodad.
I really want to play Octodad.
Octodad looks amazing. To
That
be
looks
fair.
so fun.
But yeah, it looks fucking phenomenal. Just graphically, it does look like a huge improvement. I'll play it again. I said I'd play it again. I really like that game. I'll get it for PS4. Why not? And the next big thing, they should have Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, which looks good. It looks really pretty. It's got Cranky Kong in it. It's coming out February 21st.
I wish my hashtag caught on, but I guess not.
And we learned that Scrooge McDuck is in it.
Cranky Kong's
McDuck.
the old one, right?
Cranky Kong
Yeah.
is the old one. He's DK's father or grandfather? I don't know. He's one of
He's
them.
the original Donkey Kong.
Yes, that's right.
From
He's the
Donkey
original.
Kong, the video game.
Yes, he's the original Donkey Kong. Gotten all old and gross now. That's why he hates plumbers, and people that jump.
We know
Um,
people are racist.
Wait, really?
No, but that'd be really funny if that were like actually a factor of his character. Yeah. Does anyone really want to talk about Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze?
Hashtag
No,
DK all day.
I think the bigger thing was just like, hey, Nintendo has an announcement, and it's like that's it. And though it's like kind of like what you were expecting, guys. It's like, well, maybe something a little bit better. And Jeff Keighley kind of called them out on it too. So it was just like one of those type of things. It's like, really, and he's like, and Reggie's looking at him like, yeah, really. He's like, okay, and he just goes on with it. So that's all it really is.
Yeah, it was like Reggie hardcore stonewalling all of everything. And And it was like, Joel McHale asked, like, hey, what do you think now that PS4 and Xbox One are out there? And he's like, he did say something that was surprisingly sincere of, new hardware is something that this industry loves, and anything that's good for the industry is good for Nintendo. And I thought that was actually pretty, I know it's PR speak, but it's pretty good.
Well, it's better than saying meh.
Yeah, it's better than saying meh. Because it doesn't sound overly confident, and it does sound sincere, which is what that's the image that Nintendo should be putting out there right now.
The thing about Nintendo is, like, we've been over this before, but I want to say that Nintendo doesn't quite have the same audience that goes and buys all those other games.
Yeah. I mean, like, I want to say that too, but I have no idea, honestly. I'm that guy, but...
So am I.
But, like, we're crazy people. We run a video game podcast. We're not the public
right, but I'm
majority.
The basically what we're getting is the people who like Nintendo will like Nintendo because Nintendo is Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's actually a really good way to put it.
not because Nintendo is Nintendo, because of what Nintendo does and because nobody else can replicate it.
It's true. There's a fact.
No, people have tried and they have failed.
Yes. That's a very good way to put it.
Nobody else knows how to make princesses just as hot as Nintendo's.
It's true. Nobody knows how to fill 4chan Rule 34 forums like Nintendo.
I mean,
It's
and at the end of the day, what Reggie said about even though these next-gen consoles are out, like Super Mario 3D World and Zelda out right now are probably like the best rated games right now, and that's like 100% true. So
Yeah, like he said, if you check any gaming media outlet, they're saying that you should be buying a Wii U this holiday season or 3DS this holiday season.
Because like, as far as an early adopter goes, what I said for the Xbox One kind of still reigns true if you're going to get all three. But like, if you were to pick one for this holiday season, you might get one of the other two. Then, like, I agree with that. You should probably get a Wii U this one because you
got the most games to play on it, honestly.
Yeah.
The most good games.
Yeah, I think I brought my Wii at the perfect time because I bought it when Rayman Legends was out.
I was gonna bring this up because we'll end up getting an Xbox One.
And Wonderful 101 and Super Mario 3D World. So yeah, I'm loving my Wii right now.
Yeah.
We'll end up getting an Xbox One. I got to try it. It's really cool. But at the same time,
Xbox One?
What we get to do with the PS4 and the Xbox One is sit there and giggle that we have it.
Yeah.
We got one, you guys. We got one.
And like that's totally true. Like that's the best part about being an early adopter is that you can say that you have one.
Did you get that day one achievement, Scott?
I think I not entirely
Come
sure.
in a green box or a black box.
I think it came in a black one.
Then that is the day one edition.
You should sell that achievement for like $1 million because you
You
can.
can sell that achievement so hardcore. Just don't put the QR code in the eBay listing. Moving on.
Well, hold up. I had something else to add to it.
I'll go for it.
God damn it! You made me lose it.
I'm sorry.
I'll remember it later. We will be talking
Okay.
about this a little later.
Yeah, we'll go on, and then if you remember, just say something. Remedy showed off gameplay of Quantum Break. They showed about a full 3 seconds of it. And
Yeah.
The cover mechanic.
it has a cover mechanic, and you can like speed up time and move like the Flash, and that looks cool. That's it.
And that's all we learned.
That's all we learned.
Can you move through objects like the Flash? Because everybody knows this is the coolest ability.
It is true. It seems like what you're doing is you can just slow down time around you and move around things as they're happening. So, no, you don't have Flash powers, unfortunately.
Sad
cool.
day, bad day.
I gotta
It's
suck up
still-
some tears right now, but that's
Blackboard.
cool.
Just drop a little. I guess, man. We're still holding out for that power in the infamous Second Son. We have no idea as far as that goes. Remedy's also working on a tablet game called Agents of Storm. It's a reverse tower defense game. Looks cool.
When I said they were working on something else, I got a lot more excited, and then he pulled out that tablet, and I was just like, nah.
It's like Alan Wake 2 for the iOS tablets. No. It's just like iPad exclusive.
I'm glad that they're becoming not Flash games.
Yes,
although people's favorite are still Flash games.
Yeah, people still love Angry Birds.
I hate that game.
The Flash game of that game, which was originally not Angry Birds, is still better.
There you go. Elijah Wood is joining the cast of Broken Age, and the first half of Broken Age is coming in January. I love Elijah Wood personally. I know a lot of people don't. Apparently,
I like him.
Well, here's the thing about.
I don't see what's the hate against him.
Here's the thing about this, and like I don't have a hate for any voice actor in general. I don't. Yeah. It just bothers me when you have it doesn't, unless it's a joke like a cartoon where it's supposed to be a comedy where the female's playing a younger character's voice, because when you have or when you know what a guy sounds when he's playing the younger character's voice, it sounds a lot different and a lot more real.
Yeah.
And like it bothered me the entire way through a Avatar that was a girl's voice. Dang. It did.
Oh. Wait, what?
During
The Last Airbender.
The Last Airbender, the first Avatar one.
So the not as good Avatar. Got it.
Ain't voice of the boy.
The voice actor.
Yeah, it's a boy.
Fact check time.
Are we going to IMDb? Just viciously checking.
IMDb this B.
Okay, might not have been that one. His voice was one of the ones that was off though.
Okay. But regardless, back onto topical suggestions.
Regardless.
Aang was voiced by Zach Tyler. Definitely a man.
He looks like a boy. He also is riding a giant bug in this picture. As another animated character.
There was someone else with a high-pitched voice.
Timmy Turner? Off. Is that who you're thinking of?
That's one of them, but that's one of the places where it's okay.
Naruto?
I was going to say Jimmy Neutron for some reason, even though I know that was a boy.
Goku? What's it?
Goku? Japanese Goku? Or little kid Goku? I don't know, Scott. Elijah Wood's good, voice actor. That game looks really good, graphically at the very least. And the trailer was really good. Telltale is also making a Game of Thrones game. Who's excited, other than me?
Well, so long as it's not about the dragon.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones. Telltale Game of Thrones.
Actually, I'm just going to throw it out there that I don't really care that much.
Alright. I like Game of Thrones. Tony likes Game of Thrones. Are you going to play this, Tony?
Probably not.
Oh, you guys haven't responded to me about the dragons.
What?
You know what I mean?
Are there dragons?
Yeah.
There are dragons in Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah, dude. There's some dragons.
There are some hardcore dragons.
There's some sexy dragons.
I wouldn't call them sexy.
I would call their mother sexy.
You know what? I'm going to agree with you on that one.
Nabashin, your input?
I don't know.
There you go.
Good input.
I've never seen Game of Thrones, so I wouldn't know. That's pretty much where I'm at.
It's like, I think the thing I'm excited about Game of Thrones, I tweeted this out earlier, it's definitely going to push that writing team the hardest, I think, because, like, there's some fucked up shit in that game. Or in that show.
Yes. In the books, it's even worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
I said it's going to push that writing team to their limits.
So what's the next Telltale game going to be then after this? Telltale How I Met Your Mother?
God, I hope not. Although you and Tony would play the shit out of that game.
Would. Totally would.
But yeah, people are being concerned about Game of Thrones being stretched too, or god damn it, Telltale Games being stretched too thin. I I don't know if that's going to be the case at all.
That was my
I don't-
concern.
Mhm.
I don't think that's going to be a problem,
Yeah.
unless you consider games seemingly never come out because they will post updates but never really a release date.
Hmm.
Because that's gonna end up being what's gonna happen. If a stretch out is what happens, it's not like games suffer due to restraints. They just keep pushing it back. At least they
Yeah.
should know to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a problem because I think this is very clearly going to be like a next fall, probably late fall of next year game, and it's probably not going to even be close to Wolf Among Us or Game of Thrones or God fucking damn it, Jesus, The Walking Dead. Ugh, if I could speak. Tom Clancy Division engine trailer looked cool. And then
I wish they showed more of the Division. I mean, I liked the engine. It looks fucking amazing and all the stuff it can do with the weather, but would have loved to have seen more gameplay of it.
yeah, I would too, but like to be fair, they did show a lot of gameplay for that game at E3.
True.
Like they showed a lot more for a game that they were announcing there than most. You know, it was the whole Watch Dogs deal of like we're announcing this. Also, here's like an 8-minute gameplay demo.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks really good. Like I'm curious. I want them to start talking more about like that game's mechanics because like it was kind of booked as an MMO when they announced it. Like an instance-based MMO,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to know more about how that's going to work. But there were a couple Titanfall trailers as well. They announced a couple new Titans. I think it's just safe to say that game still looks really cool.
Makes me jealous that I'm a hardcore Sony fanboy.
Yeah, it's time to jump
I don't
ship.
know what it is.
Yeah.
I really,
Stop being
really don't
Harold.
know what it is. Like, I know that the sliding and
Love it.
everything with the jetpacks and the Titans is probably going to be the coolest shit that you've ever pulled in any in any shooter ever.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I'm not excited for it.
You know what? I think I know a lot of people that have that same feeling, Scott. Like a lot of people in the media, and then when they played it, they're like, "Oh, I get it now. Holy shit, this is cool." You know, maybe that'll be like a flip of the switch thing, like when you actually get your hands on it and see how it plays and see that it works, that you'll actually be able to be excited for it and want to play it. Maybe not.
That's
You
not
know.
how excitement should work. Normally,
Yeah, but, like-
it's gonna be great, and then it's great, and then it goes away after that.
Well, like for some people, it's like, oh, I see a first-person shooter and I immediately shut down because Call of Duty has saturated that market. You know, I see a 60 frames per second, very fast first-person shooter, and I think of Call of Duty immediately, and I'm just immediately sad. So, and that's from what I'm hearing, like that's what the feeling was when they first saw it. It was like, this looks like Call of Duty, but like different, like with a hook that's different. And then they played it, and they're like, this isn't Call of Duty, it's nothing like it, and it's actually really cool and really clever in a lot of ways. So, I don't know.
I bet they're happy not to be doing Call of Duty anymore.
I bet they're
Yeah.
really happy not to be doing Call of Duty anymore. I bet they're also really happy that a lot of people are excited for that game.
I bet they're also happy that the newest one
Most
isn't that
anticipated.
great.
Yeah, exactly. Now is the time to release a good first-person shooter that isn't Call of Duty, because you can
Or
make
apparently
people,
Battlefield 4.
or apparently Battlefield, because now is the time to get people to jump ship into new franchises as far as first-person shooters go.
Yep, because like, even Tom Clancy has a shot here.
Yeah.
You think like after Titanfall comes out, if it is a success, that like to be a really good first-person shooter, now you have to have like some kind of hook to it, and I don't mean like a hook like you know, like there's something different about it. It's like instead of being like a generic person shooter, like a Call of Duty, like a Battlefield, like Battlefield actually innovate with the revolution and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
like you know,
But like
something along those lines.
the death of the
Well-
military shooter.
Well, here's the thing. Not only is it sort of done to death, but you can't. Well, Call of Duty you might be able to beat now, but you are going to have a hard time beating Battlefield 4.
Yeah.
Very, very hard time.
Well, like, is that just because of that
That's
of that
just
technology?
because it's just because they're good at it.
It's true.
They've
like
had
they
experience.
broke Battlefield. Like
Yeah,
that
not
game
good
is
enough.
broken. Like it doesn't work. And if a game doesn't work,
Your version might not work, but I hear the PC versions work.
I hear the PC
No,
version is
he
busted.
crashes every match too.
Like I hear that the anytime something gets levelooted in the PC version,
Is that the word?
game crashes.
Levolutionized.
I don't know. Like Anutis, are you a first-person shooter fan?
I go in and out. Sometimes I am, depending on the games that are out, and then there's too many, and I just don't care anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What were the last few?
Sorry, what was that?
What were the last few?
Yeah.
The last few
What were the last few first-person shooters you loved?
that I loved, Christ.
Not Bioshock Infinite.
No, I liked Bioshock Infinite. I liked it. I just didn't think it really was worthy of the winner, but
Okay.
I did like Battlefield 3, and I do like playing COD when it comes to my friends, but nothing has really grasped my attention, and I think the best first-person shooter multiplayer is probably Killzone for me.
Oh man, you
Which
are my
one?
friends.
Killzone 3.
Oh, I really lost you.
Well, here's the thing. The thing that killed it for us in Killzone 3 is the
For you,
new
not me,
squad.
I never played it.
That's true. You just didn't want to touch it after what I said.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the new squad system. And it was based off of who your friends are instead of who was in the game. So, like, meeting new people with the squad system and then buddying around with them was practically impossible.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's
Especially-
where I'm a different kind of first-person shooter person. I don't care about squads and making friends. I just want to shoot things.
I don't care about people.
Well, that's true. And the other thing is for the objectives. If there's for some reason any objective that didn't work on a map or map list, you had people making games where they would, it was active that those game modes or types were not on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you just wanted to have dumb fun, that's what they chose. That's what you could do. And to me, that worked better than the matchmaking system.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Borderlands 2. That's another first-person shooter I enjoyed.
Borderlands.
It's not like I actively disliked 3. It's that when I went to it, I just found myself. I would rather them have just fixed the input lag problem, and then just kept running it with 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because there was also a few class revamps, if I can remember correctly, that I didn't quite agree with. I know.
Yeah, I mean, like, Killzone's good. Borderlands good. I think Titanfall looks really good. Right now I'm playing Battlefield and I'm really enjoying it when it works. When it's not crashing at the end of every game, but it's it doesn't have that appeal to me like Titanfall does. Titanfall looks like and like I'm excited for Destiny in a way that I'm excited for Borderlands, or I was excited for Borderlands, which I was excited for, but then just never bought, which was a mistake, as I know now. But those two look so different than every first-person shooter that's come out recently, like even Killzone, and I'm really excited to see if they're actually going to be really different. So, the only other announcement was the Witcher 3 trailer, which wasn't really an announcement; it was just more Witcher 3.
Which
I know,
this was the first time I actually saw a Witcher 3 trailer.
Mhm.
Until that point, I just never cared about it, but because I was forced to watch it because I was watching the VGX, I was really impressed with that game.
Yeah, and I know it'll never win you back, Tony, but again, this isn't clearly you've already just made up your mind about The Witcher, so it's not appealing to you.
I mean, I'll try the third one, but I really didn't like the first one, and I was not a fan of the second one. So I don't have any high hopes or anything. I'm not closed-minded to it though.
All right,
He's not correct.
except for when he was in the Skype call saying, "Man, The Witcher is a terrible franchise."
It is a terrible franchise. It just has. I'm giving it a chance to redeem itself.
There you go. There's Tony Horvath's opinion of 2013. Hopefully, you'll be eating your words. I hope you like The Witcher 3.
I hope they are nice and seasoned.
I do too. Yeah, no, Witcher 3 looks phenomenal in my opinion. Like, after playing a little bit of Witcher 2 and being like, I need to sit down and really dig into this game, and after playing a lot of Witcher 1 but never finishing it.
I think we went over this before, but what do you like about The Witcher 2?
Again, I only played like the first hour and a half.
Same here.
I love how it looks. I love the style of it. Not just because it is a beautiful game, but because I like how the characters look really gritty. Like, they look like some middle-aged, I'm gonna fuck some shit up in a really graphic way type characters. They had like that kind of Game of Thrones look to them. And it's like, it's really savage. And I love that it is more like Middle-Age-esque than most fantasy games are. Like, Middle-Age was the kind of time where it was like, you fucked with some higher up or noble or whatever, and he just chopped off your head or whatever, and shit was off the walls crazy, and the people with money were the people in power 100%. And The Witcher 3 is kind of like that, but in a fantasy setting with a lot of really cool magical shit thrown in there. And I think Geralt, I think it is,
Yes.
is a fantastic character. From my 10 hours with The Witcher, I loved that character. He's really good. I love every aspect of it. I love the idea of The Witcher and this monster hunter. I really like that. And I thought the combat in Witcher 2 was really fun. So.
Is it that if you don't play for like 2 days, you forget everything?
Yeah, it's again like
combat.
That's why it's like, oh shit. Well, I guess I have to go back to it.
Yeah, that's why
I start. That's why I haven't played it yet, because like, the time I picked it up, it was like, I think I picked it up at some point January this year, and then I was like, oh, now Ni no Kuni's out, so if I stop playing this, I'll forget everything, and I'll just have to start over anyway. So, so I just walked away from it. But yeah, that's what I like about it. It's gritty, it's dark, I'm excited to see the third iteration. But I think that pretty much wraps it up for VGX stuff. If anyone else has anything else to say, it would be now. Nothing?
I don't know.
Well, we didn't talk about the bad parts so much yet.
I mean,
we have to.
Well, if we talk about the bad parts, we're talking for 3 hours.
Yeah. The concert was bad. I didn't like the music that was being played, to be fair.
I think you're wrong. I think the concert was the best part.
God damn it.
Tony's lying to you.
I know he is.
I am.
Greg liked it. Greg likes the music in GTA 5. He thinks that is a really good soundtrack, and they were playing they were like jumping between artists really hurriedly.
Really, really, really quickly, and like, I didn't hate what was being played. I hated who was speaking.
Yeah, you hate
Tyler,
the
the creator.
Everybody. No, not the loiter crew, but like, I actually muted his part. His part might have been funny. His part might have been enjoyable.
It wasn't.
But I don't know. I don't know. He kind of has the voice that makes it work. I don't know.
Elias says, I'm very excited to see a Game of the Year Telltale. Or Game of Thrones. Jesus. Telltale
But
game.
everybody else who didn't pick up on mine, I could get behind it.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, some of the orchestrate, like, when they were doing some parts of the score from GTA 5, I thought that stuff was really good.
Yeah. When no one was singing, it was good.
When no one was singing.
Right. Like, even the music where they were singing, if they weren't, it would have been that much better.
Yeah.
It would
Like, it was just mad beats.
right.
But
You wouldn't call it singing what they were doing, would you?
no, I wouldn't. Rapping, I guess? Poorly rapping?
They were talking to a lyrical beat.
They were attempting to talk to a lyrical beat.
There you go. They were attempting to bust some rhymes, if I may. Poorly. I don't know, like, everything surrounding the concert, too, like, the Loiter crew being the most awkward and uncomfortable thing, like, Nabashin was like, I hate seeing things that are uncomfortable on TV. I hate seeing people in uncomfortable situations. And I don't like it either. But it was to the point where I just took off my headphones. I looked away. It was horrible to look at. It was like watching a train wreck, but like not even visually striking whatsoever.
Mm.
God.
So there you go. That was the worst part about it. Even Joel McHale's like sarcastic humor, like, which got better. Again, it got less completely blatantly disregard for anything ever toward the end of the show, when he kind of just toned it down. But that concert stuff was unredeemable. The lead up to it, at least. Some parts of it were okay, but yeah, I was telling Navashin during the Skype call, the live stream that we did, that after this, Jeff Keighley's just gonna go home and drink, and he's just gonna wake up to all of these Twitter comments saying, "What were you thinking?" And I feel so bad for him because I could see the heart there, I could see the attempt there, but
He needs more help.
he needs more help. He needs help that isn't Joel McHale as well. Like, if it had just been him up there, I think that show would have been great.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, you know who would have made a good co-host too is Chris Hardwick.
Yes, Chris Hardwick is great, and he knows
funny,
stuff about video games.
he's smart, and you know.
And he's a shorter Joel
And
McHale, so
everybody
he's less
knows exactly who he is. 'Cause
Exactly.
I sure do.
At Nerdist, the Nerdist himself.
Talking dead, talking bad. Come on.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
You
Mad talk, if that's a show.
Nabashin doesn't watch TV, so
Nah, that's alright, neither do I. That's what Netflix is for.
it's true. No, like Chris Hardwick would be really good. A couple people tweeted at me. I think Silver PR said he wished Aisha Tyler was up there. I think Nabashin said the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, she's not like probably the best person, but like I know she plays video games. One, and I know that she can at least hold a conversation that doesn't involve insulting people, unless it's like they throw it to her, she'll throw it back. But other than that, it'll be fine.
I do appreciate that by the end of the show, like the last 45 minutes or so of interviews that McHale and Keighley were doing, like Jeff Keighley was just giving Joel McHale so much shit. There was
a point where he looked like he was gonna punch him. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. It was just like the undertone of I fucking hate you right now was like very apparent.
The death glare just got more and more obvious.
Yeah. It was that was a little offsetting, unfortunately. But yeah, I think that wraps it up for VGX. Let's take a break, guys. Unless you guys want to, there's one other news story in here. PS4 sold through 2.1 million units as of December 1st.
Good for them.
It sold really well in Europe. It is the most successful like console launch ever in the UK. Like over 250,000 units sold through. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Did really well.
Good God, I watched a video of like release events in Germany and it was terrible.
Oh my God, that
I saw that.
was
Yeah.
fucking insane.
It was crazy.
It was
I
great.
did not see that.
Oh my! It was insane.
In the
How
membrane.
many
guy-
people died on that day?
There had to be a couple of deaths on that day.
I don't
Like,
think anyone died, but I know a couple people were very, very injured.
yes, there were. You could see in some of these videos trampolines happening.
Yeah.
It was
It's
horrible.
just crazy.
But yeah, Xbox One apparently sold the most in North America on Black Friday, which makes sense because most of the PS4 units were in Europe on that day, so no surprise there. But yeah, seems like it's been a good holiday for the PS4 and Xbox One, which is awesome. But that's all the only news story I found. So we're gonna take a break, guys. I'm gonna do a music break this week. We have a special music break. I know you guys know, I hope by this point, that we're all, or most of us, are huge Comedy Button fans.
Yes, I actually recently got into that show.
Comedy
And
Button's
Harold
great.
turns off the podcast.
And Harold turns off the podcast. Brian Altano is one of the hosts of the Comedy Button, also host of Up at Noon with Greg Miller, and is one of the people at IGN. He sent me his new album, which comes out on Tuesday. It's called Misanthrope. You'll be able to download 100%. Bitch, I'm like a misanthrope. You'll be able to download it 100% for free on Tasty.
It's pay what you want.
Pay what
That's
you
the
want.
model that he's using.
I think is it going to be on Bandcamp because he didn't tell me.
I'm not sure. That's
It'll be
the typical pay what you want place is Bandcamp.
Yeah.
I believe it is. Yes.
It'll be on YouTube an hour later.
Yeah, there you go. But it's pay what you it's pay what you want. It's a really good album. It's an instrumental album with some samples thrown in there. I really like it. Tony's listened to it as well. He really likes it.
It's great. It's really good for playing in the background while you're playing League.
Yeah, like I totally was listening to it, and then I spaced out, and like 30 minutes later, I had written my Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds review.
And then you just like in the back of your head you hear
misanthrope. It's really good. So I'm gonna play the song 1 a.m. I believe it is.
Yep. Real quick, Alex, because I am going to be leaving, if I could just say goodbyes and go ahead and plug Writer's Ramble. If you don't mind.
Go ahead. Go for
it. So, yeah, Writer's Ramble. Check it out over on Irrational Passions. We haven't had an episode up within the past 2 weeks, but we will be getting on that soon, so catch up on past episodes because it's really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All the other writers, including Niall, Jarrett, and
Jacob, Zach, Brendan.
Yeah, they've all kind of been like mixed and matched, but it's a great show. You guys give it a listen.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me at frisky_gamer on Twitter, and you can send your questions to our show for Writers Ramble at Writers Ramble, which also happens to be Niall. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for having me on today, Alex. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're always welcome, man. Anytime. And it's been fun. I'm glad that you could come on and talk about the VGX.
No problem.
So we're going to take a break. If by the time you listen to this, Misanthrope should be available to download, so just check Twitter. Brian Altano is at Agent Bizzle. I'm sure he will be posting download links wherever you can go, and I will link to it in the podcast description. So this is 1 a.m. by Brian Altano, and we will be back in just a little bit, guys.
You nasty man.
You nasty man.
Alright, so I'm gonna hit
Stop recording. Yep. And then just save that as an MP3 and send it my way.
Alright.
If you can get that up tonight, I would very much appreciate it.
Yes, I will be up for a bit, so it should have it all up.
Awesome. I'll tweet Evan and see if he wants to come on.
MP3, right?
Yep.
Alright, so I don't know what the...
making a character.
That's what I'm doing. I don't know what it was with the Steam thing, but all of my gifts sent, but they say it still says that I can't whatever send them. So
yeah, that's weird.
I don't know what's up with that.
Launch Starbound.
But I'm getting 3 megabytes per second over wireless. Yay!
Yeah, I'm all downloaded and installed, so I'll play it when the show's over.
Yeah, Will's gonna join us.
Well, it looks weird, but the launcher at least looks kind of weird. But I'm trying to figure out how it works.
Like a misanthrope.
I think I'm probably gonna
misanthrope.
I love that so much,
dude. I was expecting it just to be an instrumental until I heard that.
Yeah, there are a couple of samples in there. It's pretty good.
Real quick question, because new laptop and I just downloaded Audacity.
Yep.
Exporting the MP3, I went ahead, saved it, and it's asking to locate lame.
Yeah, you need a lame encoder to export an MP3 in Audacity. It's a free
do you
download.
mind sending me...
Sure, let me see if I...
Oh, never mind. I think it says right here, to get a free copy, click here, download.
Yeah, it should just link you out of the application.
Alright, cool.
So, has anyone managed to get this game to launch from the launcher?
I haven't attempted to launch at all, because I'm podcasting.
I mean, we're on a break right now.
We're on a break, and
I know, I'm giving you shit. Rush. If I didn't, it wouldn't be me. Jesus.
Because, like, the launcher, it just says, like, launch Starbound, and I click it, and nothing.
Well, it's a beta.
It's early access, technically. I'll attempt to launch it.
I told it to launch a server just to see what happens.
Yeah, it launched for me fine. It just
Maybe
launched
I
right
need
into the
to-
game.
I have to install Microsoft DirectX for Windows.
You don't have DirectX installed?
Remember, I have this thing wiped.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Also, I actually got the NVIDIA GeForce everything
Mm-hmm.
corrected, so all my stuff looks like it's supposed to.
Oh, good.
Cool.
And it actually is more efficient on my graphics card, so it doesn't heat up as much either.
What the balls?
Cool.
Oh God! It opened like 6 of them. I was just not patient enough, I suppose.
You learning from me? Good.
There you go.
Yeah, dude. God, did I tell you about earlier today when Navshin couldn't fucking wait for water to boil? Kept opening the pot, and I was like, dude, it makes it take longer.
All right,
Oh,
it is
you-
exporting now.
Cool. All right, I'll let you get it. I'll let you go, Anita's. Thank you for coming on the show. It's been fun. You're welcome anytime.
Nice meeting you, sir.
Nice meeting you guys too.
I like the touching the screen. I mean, fuck that guy, right? No, I'm just kidding.
We're
Yeah,
so
you suck dick.
I know.
The trick for waiting for any kind of cooking thing to happen is have something on hand that makes you not pay attention to it.
All right, I'm going to
Dude,
get a
guys,
beer.
guess what I just found in my room?
I miss the
Man,
pissing turtles.
Now it's too quiet, right? I'm going to go get a beer, and if Evan is not back or hasn't responded by the time I get back, then we are starting with Evan.
Okay, I have it open too. I'm hitting launch, and so far it appears as though nothing is happening.
Just wait. It takes a while.
Right. So what I'm gonna end up doing for this game is for things like this. Like this should have a loading thing.
Oh, it does. That's what I'm at right now, is the loading thing.
No, I'm talking about like on your mouse for for it to wait for the game to pop up. It should have a loading thing for that. Now this is weird. The launcher does not pop down.
So many issues. This probably isn't working because I opened it like 6 times.
And I am flopping this game directly to the NVIDIA. Oh.
Oh, there we go. Now it worked.
What is this? There's an ability that you roll at the bottom. Isn't there? Fucking avian apex glitch. Hylotus and Florian. I don't think there is a difference.
So what? How did you get the character creation? Just click multiplayer?
I clicked single player.
Single player. Done.
Right.
Create character. All right.
No response from Evan, so we're going to start with Adam.
Okay. Are we going back in right now?
Yeah. I want to... Let's
Oh yeah.
just power through this.
Oh man, this music's good.
I'm gonna have to leave it up.
Please.
Sorry, Alex.
Why?
Because I don't feel like having to wait for it again. You don't understand. It is long.
Ooh.
Boo you! I don't have to play it.
You guys are a bunch of babies.
Love
You're
you
a
too.
baby. You can't deal with me having something up and not paying attention to it. Like, I've had League open this entire time. Am I playing League? No. Fuck you.
Yeah, but that temptation is there. Fuck you.
Yeah, and look
Mommy,
who's
Daddy,
good at
stop fighting.
resisting it.
Resisting that temptation until you break. till your whole world comes crashing down.
Everything you say to me.
Exactly. All right.
I need a little room to breathe.
I love it.
It's beautiful.
I'm gonna stop.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Did I play? Oh, Link Between Worlds.
I don't
I
get
like-
the reference.
I don't get it. It's a song that I haven't heard in a long time.
Linkin
Never mind.
Park.
I do get the reference. That's an old Linkin Park song.
Yeah, very old one.
Are you sure you were singing
This
it
is
right?
one- Yes, because it was a chorus. Everything you say to me is like one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break.
I'm about to break.
Right. But you sung that part, and they don't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
I was confused there because at first I thought I got it, and then you threw me off.
Did I play anything else? All right. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey guys, we are back.
Where's the music?
Where's the music?
I'm joking. Just keep going.
I was confused. I was honestly, you threw me off. I was worried that I fucked up some cue, that I ruined Nabishin Asks again. Nabishin, how was your Thanksgiving weekend? You went and saw your family.
Yeah, that was great. That was amazing. I had a great time seeing my family, my best friends down there.
That's
I had
awesome.
such a good time. And then I came home, watched everything
Then-
just tore apart.
And then you
Got
came back here and you were like, oh, fuck. I'm so
Uh,
sorry.
No, it's just like nothing but bad things ever since I just like got on that bus back to come back here because like I was saying bye to my mom, my dad, and my nephew, and I was like, oh, I was legitimately genuinely sad, just like saying bye to them.
Mhm.
I got on the bus, and then I got delayed for 3 hours, and then they lost my bags, which they just today. And then not Tony's fault whatsoever, but like we couldn't communicate with each other, so like I couldn't get a ride back home. And he was nice enough to like offer to ride back home, but I was like, fuck it, I just want to go home now.
So-
I just thought,
So what happened? What had happened was, we were talking on Twitter, and he was like, "All right, I'm getting on the bus now. See you at 9:45, which is what we had talked about before." And so I said, "Okay." This was at like 3:00, and I left my house. Once I leave my house, I have no way to communicate with anyone unless I'm seeing them in person.
That's right, because you don't have a phone anymore.
Right. So
As an outsider looking in, this story makes so much more sense now.
yeah, so I went and I had a car, so I went and I was hanging out with some friends. I left on time to get there. I got there at 9:40, and then I waited until 11:30, and Navjeen still wasn't there. My phone was like, I was trying to get like Wi-Fi on my phone so I could get into Twitter because like the bus station has free Wi-Fi, but I couldn't connect to it. So I at 9 I was like, all right, at 11:30 if he's not here, I'm going home to figure out what the hell's going on, because I was kind of fed up with waiting because there was obviously nothing was happening. So I went home, talked to him on Twitter, found out that he at the time I got home, he got to the bus station.
exactly.
So I was like, listen, I can drive back and get you. I don't care. But he was like, nah, don't even worry about it. So
no, because I felt bad enough already about it. It was like I was tweeting him constantly. That's to be like, don't go there yet, because I don't want you to be with me, which is exactly what happened. So I felt so bad about it. Plus, I really wanted to go home, and I was like, just fuck it. I bought a taxi, and that took me straight home, which cost me about almost $50. So. And my parents gave me money right before then too, so that was a good thing they did because I didn't have that much money to spare. So, yeah, but I got home, and yeah, I've been home ever since. Been working constantly. Got back in touch with one of my best friends, Tony.
yeah, man,
he used to be
getting in touch.
Tony Ramos. We always been best friends and everything like that. He moved to Chicago probably a few years ago, and we've just been on and off again, just talking, and we haven't talked in a long time. And I got back in touch with him, And like we were just talking about like, hey, we don't watch anime anymore. Cause, like he eventually stopped watching anime too, and I stopped watching kind of completely myself. And like he was talking to each other, and was like, hey, let's watch something together. Like like an episode a day, and we'll just talk to each other about it. So like, I suggested Attack on Titan. It's like I heard so much about it, and like apparently the new hotness, and like I just wanted to check it out. And like we both checked it out, and that it was totally not what I was expecting it was to be. It's really great though. It's really good, but like it's more mature than I even thought it was gonna be. But it's really great, and like we're having a great time watching it together. So yeah, that's pretty much been my week. Hanging with old friends and hanging with my friends here. By that I mean there's Tony, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we hang out. Stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that you had a good Thanksgiving weekend. I'm sorry about the whole clusterfuck of getting home. Because you had sent me a tweet saying, like, hey, can you try and get a hold of Tony and let him know? And I didn't know he didn't have a phone, so I just, like, sent him a text, like, saying, hey, Nabishin is looking for you. And at that point, I'd been up for, like, 20 hours, and I fell asleep. And then I woke up, and I saw at, like, 5 in the morning, I saw, like, all of this horrible things had unfolded, and I'm like, oh, no. I feel bad now, but I'm...
Yeah, and then I felt worse, because what happened to you later that week?
Yeah, well, fucking Jesus. that was a bad day. So I'm glad at least that you had a good time with your family. That is what matters here, and that happened, and that's awesome. Scott, what about you? How was Thanksgiving weekend?
For the most part, it was good, sort of.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Alright, so up until Thanksgiving happened, it was fine.
Yeah.
Everything after that, because I was pretty much just swamped with work, was terrible. Because, one, I was doing schoolwork a lot of the time, and then I had my parents yelling at me for playing video games while I was in front of them doing work. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I don't. And then most of that went to waste because I had to wipe my computer. Originally, I thought I was okay because I would have had the Windows/old, but as it turns out, I didn't have enough memory on my hard drive to do that. So the only option I had was to format.
Gross. I hate formatting hard drives.
So that means that speech that should have been ready, that wasn't, that forced me to take a B in the class. I had to push that back, and I also had to drop another thing that I was working on because that was also on my computer and it got erased.
Yeah. But, to be fair...
And then I lost my glasses.
Yes, that was bad.
It was something like 12 hours of work gone. 12 hours of not fun time extended into 24 hours of not fun time spread out. And then my glasses were gone, so my eyes were burning the whole time.
Yeah. And to be fair, the silver lining here was that you killed it when you did your speech in class.
This is true. That's because I had to write it twice.
Yes, but it doesn't matter how. It matters that you did. Although it does suck that you did have to format your computer and all that shit got lost. I do feel bad for that.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's my fault that it happened, but it's not my fault that I came to the conclusion that made it happen.
Yeah, it's still a shitty situation, regardless. And then your parents are selling the house, and you had to help clean up with all that too.
Yeah, there's that too. No, that pushed it back even further.
And I'm very sorry. We had this discussion already, but no one else knows, and they're all just like, "Man, that sucks." I'm sorry though, Scott. School's almost over though.
School is almost over. I wanted to get more chem study time in because that stuff was instantaneous for me. I know this for this test. I know this for that test. Okay, I should have known that for that test. I'll know it next time. But after the fact, it's okay. What happened this semester? That's where I am right now.
Mm-hmm. But when is class over for you? When are the no more finals?
Next week, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the dates yet. I haven't been worrying about that. I was going to worry about that tomorrow.
Gotcha. Understandable. Yeah. I'm sorry that you had a rough weekend last weekend. Has this weekend been a bit better? You saw Tony last night.
I did not.
Oh.
We tried to do that, but then I was out of usable cars.
Gotcha. Tony texted me. He's like, or he tweeted at me or direct messaged me. He's like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" Scott and I are hanging out. We're gonna have pizza, and I'm like, I have plans, but that sounds awesome.
I wanted to happen.
But could get to each other.
I'm
Right.
sorry.
I would hang out.
Yeah, well, it didn't happen anyway, so
You would have been invited by default.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah. It sounds like it's been a rough couple of weeks for everybody.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Tony, do you have any kind of non-somber news? Well, we know your phone got turned off.
No.
That was Thanksgiving.
It was good. There was food.
Sounds good. Sounds yummy.
Yeah.
Anything happened good with your weeks? Eh?
I mean, same old, same old.
All right. I guess we'll just
Sorry.
go to my depressing news. The week after we recorded last, I was like, all right, because there's a whole complicated list of situations, and I have to get my emissions test, and I was way behind on that.
I can explain it.
Okay, go shoot, Scott.
All right. So we talked about this before. Alex had to go get his emissions tested.
Yes, we
When
talked
he
about
went-
how I got pulled over twice in 2 weeks.
Right. When he finally went to, his car wouldn't start, and that automatically made him fail.
Yes, I went to the emissions testing place, and literally in the middle of my emissions test, my battery died. I found out later that this is because my alternator in my car is broken. So the emissions test place pushed me out in front of like the place, and they get like one of those little handheld car batteries to jump my car. That doesn't work because my battery was like hardcore dead. So they're like, well, that sucks. So bye. And then they left me in my car sitting out in front of the emissions test place.
Oh man.
At this point, there's a series of things wrong with my car. My tags are expired, and they didn't get renewed because I hadn't gotten my emissions test done. And I'd gotten pulled over because my tags were expired, so I have a ticket for that. And I couldn't get my tags renewed until I get the emissions check done, which I can't do now because my car is broken. So I'm sitting there, all of this is in my head, and I'm sitting in my car just... That was the moment. I was sitting there, and it was like literally the worst feeling ever. I'm very close to just breaking down, but Damien came to the rescue, jumped my car, I got home, I had Chipotle. I felt a little bit better after that. And then I just got my car fixed. I got my car back on Thursday. It works now. And
good.
I'm going to get my emissions test done on Monday. So hopefully I will be able to put this behind me. But now I'm in a small debt to get my car fixed. So that's wonderful, more stress. On the upside, I had a good Thanksgiving.
Good.
So there you go. Been a
What'd
long
you do
couple
here?
of weeks. I just went to my aunt's house. We ate turkey. We drank and be merry. And we're merry. I didn't drink, but everyone else did, and that was funny. But yeah, it was very simple Thanksgiving. Nothing very special about it. Said my aunt made this. She's never made cheesecake before, but she made this homemade cheesecake. That was so good. I still have one slice left in my fridge, and that's what I'm gonna eat after this podcast. It was delicious Good lord.
Yeah, I wish I could eat my Thanksgiving food.
I'm,
I'm so
I'm
pissed
sorry.
off about that.
Yeah.
Oh man, you don't understand. I was so looking forward to that. I put like all my food into my suitcase just to get ready to eat that,
Yeah,
and
he was
like
really
they lost my
excited.
damn suitcase. Oh man, I was so upset. Like I don't even care like about the games in there. I don't care about the clothes. It's just the food that was in there that just broke me.
Yeah. God. This is the most depressing podcast I think we've ever done. On the upside, the Thin
And
Thanksgiving
then
is
Epic
always...
said, "Hey, my Thanksgiving was pretty great, guys."
Evan's like, I saw my family. It was awesome. I worked during the weekend and made tons of money. And
You're gonna rub it in Alex's face because it's funny.
fuck you, Evan.
He didn't even do it.
He's probably gonna do that. On the bright side, it seems like Thanksgiving weekend is always good for one thing, and that's playing a lot of video games. That seems like something we've all done the past couple weeks.
Actually, I was only able to play a lot after that speech. But
That's true. But
because we do have a double weekend, my list is longer than normal anyway.
yeah. Also, school's over for me as well. Class is done until January now, but I delivered my last speech and I fucking killed it. Scott killed it. It was all good.
Some people didn't.
Some people did not.
Alex laughed at them. I
didn't laugh at them.
gave him "you're an ass," but I'm laughing too.
Joseph is still the best speech deliverer in that class,
Yeah.
hands down.
All the way up here.
Yeah, no, it was that Joe. No, there's another Joe in that class. He's really good.
Yeah, I want to say he's from Norway.
He's Nigerian.
Show name it.
Nigerian. Like his topics were always about the Norwegian
It was about
exports.
No,
And,
It
right.
was about
That wasn't-
Nigeria.
I could have sworn he said Norwegian, but okay.
You missed his first speech, and that's what it was mostly about. I'm completely ignoring your comment. I was shit. But
I am most definitely wrong here. I'm just telling you where I'm coming from.
I got you. That makes those speeches sound way more interesting now. But let's talk about video games. Tony, you played to completion Tales of Xillia
I did all of it.
over Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah,
What'd you think of it?
it was really good. I appreciated all of it. It was a great game. It was excellent and fun.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the parts that you didn't pay attention to. Skill tree.
Yeah, I auto leveled everything, but it got me through on hard mode.
That counts as not appreciating it.
That's true.
I think that skill tree is like one of the best parts about that game too.
I liked it, but and I looked at everything that was being auto leveled every time I did it. There were a couple things that there are a couple times where I did most of what the auto level wanted me to do, but I changed a couple things so I could get to like arts that I wanted faster or whatever. But
for the most part, you just
by the time I finished the game, I had completely filled out almost completely my both of my Lilium orbs. So
yeah. All right.
uh,
I didn't auto level, but I tried it twice and it seemed to be okay. So
yeah, I mean, like if it's good enough to keep you, if you are like making sure that you're leveled a little bit above the curve, it's good enough to keep you alive on playing on hard. So there you go.
Okay. Yeah, I played through on hard as well.
Yeah.
So fuck that final boss.
Dude, so good though. Okay,
It's a
that final
fantastic boss fight.
How long did it take you?
Like 32 minutes, I think.
Yeah, a 45-minute final boss for me.
Jesus. That boss fight.
I was
is a
literally sitting there jamming
motherfucker.
out, listening to the battleground music.
That music's fucking great in that boss fight, though. Oh my
I
god!
really like the final boss, but like I feel like it's supposed to be done much faster because like all the gimmicky stuff happens at the beginning.
And that gimmicky stuff is totally awesome, and the way
so
they do it is
awesome.
great. And it's like, holy shit! Why are they doing it this way? I don't care. This is totally amazing.
It's super cool, and I had filled my inventory completely with like heavy treats and stuff, and used all of them.
Yes, every single item. I used almost every item ever. In that final boss.
And like slight, no, I'm not even gonna say that. I was gonna say something that might be like a stealth spoiler, but I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, yeah, save it because it's really good. Like, also, like you agreed with me that villain character is a really good villain because they're not complete bullshit like most stereotypical
Right.
JRPG villains.
Right, I actually appreciated that character throughout the whole game.
They're coming from a place where you can totally understand.
Yeah.
You can totally get that. But they're still also kind of like evil and maniacal in an okay way.
It's good. It's just play that game. It's good.
Yes. So, what did you think of the combat system? Because they now had like the whole link system that you can link up to another
I
partner.
really liked the link system.
Yes.
However, I didn't really use it like more than I don't know. I only ever really linked with one person, which is just because for Jude's arts, like he never like if I link with Mila, I have like 9 options.
Yes.
At the end of the game for linked arts, which means that I can, like when he goes into overdrive mode, I can do like 7 arts in a row chained together and then end with a mystic art.
Yeah.
So, but I can't do that with anyone else. And I never like they mentioned that you can like in the middle of overdrive mode switch to a different character and continue your chained arts, but I never really got into that. And mostly because it's like you have to have the correct positioning for a lot of them.
Yeah.
And you can't guarantee that the people that you're not linked with are going to be right next to that person. So
Yeah, I mean, it's actually
I don't
kinda
know.
the
Like I
opposite.
liked it, but
Go ahead.
please speak.
Okay. It's kind of the opposite for me because like, I played as Mila because you did Jude's campaign.
Right.
And
I played as Jude for the entirety of the game.
And I will say, like, they want you to play as Jude the first time you play that game.
Yeah, he's a really cool character. So
he's a really good character. I really like his. Like you were telling me that you really liked how he grew throughout that campaign.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell was that?
That was me.
You don't think so?
I don't know. He seems alright.
Alright.
Just okay.
All right. Well, like the cool thing about Jude is how he is kind of, your standard JRPG character, but he is like a completely different character by the end of that game.
Yeah.
In a lot of really cool ways. And I'm so excited. I was so excited for Zillia too. Did you watch that trailer, Tony?
I did. I want to play that game.
Yes. But like for me with the combat, I played mostly as Mila, and I was, in one full like overdrive session, I would usually link to each of the other characters once to do a different linked art with each of them, switch to one character once and do a linked art with them, and also do a mystic art with someone. So, like, with me, I was jumping around constantly. That's one of the reasons why I really, really like that combat. But, yeah.
I did a lot of, like, switching characters out, but I never linked with anyone else. Usually.
Isn't it... How broken is that game because you could just switch anyone out?
Dude, it's so good because you can, like... You have two... Like, you end the game with, like, 2 dedicated healing characters, basically.
Yep.
And so, like, if it goes into, like, oh shit mode where 3 out of 4 people in your party are dead,
Yeah.
you can just be like, no big deal, max elixir, switch out, and you're good. Or you can just like, you can have them revive like one of the other 3 people who's dead and instantly switch them out for the other full health healer. So then you have 2 people who can cast the revival spell. So no matter who your enemies target, one of them is going off, and then. Like and then if someone's about to die, you can switch them out too. So it's like it's okay. Like if you keep tabs on everyone else, you can kind of abuse it. But I feel like you're supposed to.
Yes, like you're totally supposed to because they make that game exponentially harder in some scenarios because they give you so much you can do. That's very, very powerful. I think.
Yeah.
Like the linked arts and everything. I'm really glad that you liked it. Well, did you like this more than Grace's, or is Grace's still in your Grace's?
I think I liked it more than Grace's, but less than Symphonia.
Okay, I'm curious to see you go back and play Symphonia when it comes out on PS3. Curious to see what you think of it, because you haven't played in a while, right?
I haven't played it since we played a little bit in your old house.
Yeah, but like to completion.
Completion, I actually never finished it.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
But I still like it a lot.
I'm really glad you liked it, though. Cool. What else have you been playing, Tony?
I have been playing Papers, Please.
What do you think of it?
It's so fun.
How often do you just deny people because fuck them?
If their name is Georgie, I detain him.
Yes.
I don't deny. Like, I do it. I go through the days like, if they deserve to get in, I let them in. If they fucked shit up, then they don't get in. I don't like some of the stuff like that people ask you to do. I don't do it just because I don't know. It's just like there's a bunch of stuff that can happen in that game, like more than I originally thought would happen. But yeah, I like it a lot. It's fun.
All right. Yeah, I mean, like for people that don't know, it's Papers, Please is an indie game for PC that you can you play as a border patrol, basically customs check, and you are in like, is it like a warring country?
No, it's just the type of society that there is. If that makes sense. It's kind of based off of like a nationalistic Russia.
Yeah, it's like a kind of Soviet-ish style. It's like set in the 80s or something, fictional, or the style of the 80s, in like a fictional country that's very Cold War-esque, yeah. And you basically play customs check person, and you check people's IDs and passports and everything, and determine whether or not to allow them in your country. And the rules at which you should determine them change day to day. It's very interesting. It's both like a psychological experiment type or a study, and also like a really meaningful game, and also a video game. That's pretty cool. So it's cool. I liked what I played of it. I played it when it was like in beta though, so. Yeah. So did you pick it up, or are you gonna finish it?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish it eventually. Just I'm not sure exactly when that's gonna happen.
All right, cool. What else? Anything else?
I mean League, and that's it.
Yeah. You played a lot of League apparently.
Like an incredible amount.
Compared
to how much I played over the summer, an extreme amount.
You're going back down the rabbit hole, man.
I have been playing. It started out for like the first half of that time, me like refusing to play by myself. I'd only play when I was playing with other people. And then I started playing solo queue again, and I just got angry at people.
I bet.
Yep.
Greg just tells me the nightmares of just the bronze tier.
I'm higher than that, and people are still stupid.
Okay.
You're still playing with them though.
I'm not. When I queue by myself, I have platinum people.
Oh wow, you're much higher than that then.
Yep, and then I do it with my friend. There is. It's bronze, silver, gold. I think it's platinum right after gold, right, Scott? And then diamond.
Yes.
Yeah, and then after diamond is challenger.
Okay. Cool. All right.
What about that Hearthstone, bro?
I guess I played I haven't been playing it very much. I play it I think one day over the past 2 or 3 weeks. I booted it up and played a couple arenas, and I do well enough to pay for the next arena by playing in the arena that I'm currently in. So I don't run out of stuff to do in that game.
What do you think of it now that you've played a good chunk of it?
It's fun. The thing that's going to kill it is that it doesn't have the social aspect. There's no way to chat with anyone, and unless they are already added as a friend on BattleNet, and the only stuff you can do with people anyway is you can challenge them to a game which doesn't have its own chat. So you still have to whisper back and forth with someone, and then like the UI is kind of clunky because you challenge someone and they accept it, and then it just instantly takes you to where you pick one of your decks, and then once you pick a deck, it puts you in a game. And as soon as that game's over, you're done.
So I just got my beta invite a couple days ago.
So like I was gonna try and show this to you a little bit once you had gotten your footing, had gotten like a class to 10 or something, and then like made your own deck.
Yeah.
But like you'll find that the game is it's interesting and fun to play when you don't want to talk to anyone or anything like that, because also there's no in-game chat. The only way to talk to anyone while you're playing against them is by using one of 6 emotes, which it's weird. Like
that sounds so dumb.
Like the emotes are like greetings, sorry, oops, and like threaten, and like 2 more.
What?
So like, and each hero says it in a different way.
Oh man,
Damien will like this game.
See,
exactly. You are 100% right, Abhishek.
What's that?
Damien and Ethan would love this game.
Yeah.
The more emojis, the better.
So that's the problem that the game currently has. Like, it's fun to play. Like, I can't deny that I have a great time playing the game. It's not hard to play, and it's fast. So like a game takes about 15 minutes at the most. So if you are like, I could do that when I'm like waiting for people to get out of league games or something like that. Like when I've got nothing else to do and I'm waiting for something, if I have like 15 spare minutes, it's a great game for me to pull up and just play, which is great for that game because it's supposed to be something that you can like play on your iPad or something like that.
See, I was coming
to those systems. Yeah.
I was going to ask, do you think this game would be ideal on the iPad?
I think it is. I think that in its current state, it's best on the iPad because iPad doesn't need that kind of like chat thing. And then you could just like, you can add the other people who have the app, and then you could, hey, like if you see that they're playing, you can be like, hey, let's play this quick game. And you don't really need to have that communication with that person because you're on an iPad. And then the emotes work fine for an iPad because you just like touch your character's face and then touch one of the bubbles that pops up, and then he uses that emote and you're good to go. However, on the PC, there has to be some sort of chat. They've done it before. They kind of started making this mistake with StarCraft 2. How like Warcraft 3 had basically the perfect chat engine, and Diablo 2 was also similar in that you join and then you have an option. You have a button you click that says enter chat. When you enter chat, it goes to like you get put into one of these random like general channels with other people who have open chat, and then you can like join a guild or a clan or whatever, and then you have their specific chat that you default into. But otherwise, you can be like join channel. Then there are a couple pre-generated channels like looking for group or stuff like that, or trade. Or you can create your own channel, and then you can give that name to other people on the same server, and they can go to that, and then they're in that chat. And then you could have stuff like channel, like chat bots that come in, and they can run like trivia and stuff, or like you can just be social that way. And then from chat, you could invite people to games and stuff like that. That would be great for Hearthstone because then you could have like a chat for developing your deck, a chat for like discussing strategy, a chat for people who are looking to play like random pickup games but don't just want to pub it. So I feel like if it had that kind of chat system, it'd be really good. But the biggest like fault of the game right now is that it's lacking the social aspect. So it gets boring after playing for a long time. If you like know what you're doing, like it's fine just to play an arena every once in a while, but you're not going to keep doing it because you are not interacting with anyone as you're doing it.
There's no like reciprocation of anyone else.
Right. So you're just sitting there like, all right, well this is, it wouldn't be as bad if you could communicate with your opponent better when you're playing against them. But there isn't even a button to be like, well, this draw screwed me or whatever. There's not a button to be like,
there's no GG button.
There is a like a well played button. But it kind of leads to the 6 emotes being used sarcastically in a way that is detrimental to the game.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It does.
So I feel like the game would it just needs its own social system and I know it's probably not going to happen in the way that people want it to, because Blizzard's trying to be a more family friendly company, especially with this game. And if they can't do it in a game like Diablo 3 or StarCraft 2, they're definitely not going to do it in a game like this. So
yeah. Okay.
Bam, there you go.
That is some good fucking critical analysis right there. That's probably the best analysis of any game you've ever given in our What's on Tap segment, Tony.
What up?
What's on tap?
I still haven't seen you streaming this game, bro.
It has a name?
It has a name, yeah. Don't Greg out on me. But yeah, no, I have it downloaded. I haven't played it yet. So I said I was going to stream my first encounter with Hearthstone.
That's what I did.
So,
So you're probably going to have to do that after the show while I figure out how to get a server.
Starbound.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out how to get a Starbound server to run, and I can't figure it out right now.
yeah, I'm down. I'm probably gonna be up late tonight, so fuck
Yep, me too.
it. Cool. That's some good stuff. Nobshin, what have you been playing?
I got a lot, so let's start.
All right, Scott. Anything you want to talk about? Video games?
Quite a bit, but
Cool.
I will be brief.
All right. Unless you want to talk about it, like if you want to not be brief, that's fine.
I'm going to be brief because I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, that is how I feel like being right now. All right. So first, I played Sound Japes.
Okay. Oh, you did.
Yes, I sort of liked it.
Okay.
I loved
Jim
where
Guthrie
it was
did
going,
the soundtrack.
except for the huge problem with a lot of this stuff was, is that when you go on through the level, it doesn't sound as if you're playing that track sometimes. I feel the game is as I feel that was the game's intent. For one level, I think it's the business place level, and then the industrial. Same two levels actually. Though that level did it really, really well. And that was the first level I played. I went back to that first one, and that dropped the ball completely, and then so did that Glacier one. So after that, I was just like, I'm not playing this game anymore.
Aww.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've heard a lot of good things about Sound
Like,
Shapes. Sure, Nobshin loved it.
If you'd recommend for me a couple of if you could recommend a couple of names of custom levels to check out, I'd do that. But as far as the story ones, I feel as though those, or the ones that they hand you from the bat, I feel like those ones they dropped the ball on, except for that one.
You should keep going through the story one, because it has a really good one that involves Beck. And
Yeah, Beck level.
Do you know what
the Beck level is like one of the... Yeah, Scott, you were saying?
the name of it?
Not off the top of my head. I would have to
Either
get
the
back
artist.
It's Beck. Beck is the artist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When he sings the song, it kind of interacts with the level and stuff like that. So it was when it's
But you know what I'm talking about when I say that it doesn't.
Yeah, I definitely know.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see your criticism, and I totally get it. It didn't really bother me that much when I played through it, because I guess I concerned myself more with the platforming, even though it's not that best platforming.
That's the thing. The platforming and all that was supposed to ascertain to the music. That was the whole point. When it did it, it was fantastic. When it didn't, all the problems that game showed.
That's an understandable problem with it. I've never played Sound Shapes. I've watched brief amounts of Sound Shapes, but yeah, I never played it myself.
The other game was I picked up Skyrim.
Cool.
Just now?
Have you ever played Skyrim?
Yes, Tony had it. The first thing I did this time is I decided that everybody needed kettles on their head.
Oh, of course.
So I went around finding kettles, baskets, and other stuff, and I just started putting it on people's heads. That is the first thing I did.
That sounds like a good time.
You know what? You know the best part about that? Once they have a kettle on their head, they can't see you anymore, so you can steal from them.
In front of their face, yes.
Yep.
That's what I've been doing too. I waved the dagger around, hit the kettle, made it spin around their head, as if you had a trash can over someone banging on it, destroying their eardrums, and then I took the items and they didn't see shit. I didn't even have to sneak.
Of course. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to take people in that game seriously, you're doing it wrong. Enemies, you have to, but otherwise, yeah.
Otherwise, it's just all clean faces all the time.
Let's see.
What else
Third game.
You beat A Link Between Worlds.
This is true. I beat A Link Between Worlds.
I did too. We can talk about that later if you want.
Okay. Third game. There's a third new game that I played, and I can't remember it now. I'm about to play Starbound, but that doesn't count yet because I'm not.
Yeah.
Let's check Steam. Was it a Steam? No. Oh, that's right. I got to try out the Xbox One and those commands.
What'd you think of it? Tell us about the Xbone or.
The commands are something to get used to. They're not bad. They work, but they are specific as they should be.
We're talking about the voice commands, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Specify.
Like, there it runs the problem, whereas if you're streaming and you don't turn those off, you might snap out if you're talking about the voice commands.
Gotcha.
And stuff like that. But, yeah, Xbox has great snapping. I don't know how to work the internet search bar, but I'm pretty sure you can.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be very, very specific, and say the right things, and it's not too hard because when the listener's up, it tells you that it's listening, and then it highlights your commands and all your entire screen in green.
Yeah.
And just so long as you say Xbox, and then you say one of the next commands, so you can add go to. You don't use words like play. You can just say Xbox disc, and then it should play the game.
Mm-hmm.
You don't say the game name. I think you can. I'm not entirely sure.
You have to say the full game name.
Right. You have to say the full name. Where it's just better you just say Xbox disc,
Okay.
or unless you have a downloadable title.
Yeah, because people were throwing out the example of Rise. Like, you can't say Xbox launch Rise. You have to say Xbox launch Rise Son of Rome, or Xbox launch Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. So.
Right, and it's not like that's a terribly. It's not like that's a terrible hurdle to get over. It might be annoying for some people, but where that stuff is normally useful is when you aren't instantly needing to do it.
Yeah.
Whereas the time that it takes for you to do the voice command over the controller, enough to do the voice, enough for that to matter. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah. Like, a lot of people were saying, something that the Kinect needs is to be able to recognize natural speech. Have the voice commands, but also have it be able to understand, Siri type things, of being able to understand natural speech, which I think is a valid complaint with technology like Siri that works pretty well most of the time. So yeah, that was just one of the things I heard about the voice commands. But I hear they're very quick and they work well, and the snapping is really awesome. So.
Right. Yeah, the problem with the people and the natural speech thing is that your Xbox will not do anything unless you go ahead and you pronounce Xbox first.
Yeah.
So it is a minor adjustment for those people who are having problems with
it's
just
not
the
just,
way that they speak.
Like Xbox, turn everything on or something like that. Just be able to know that, that means turn TV on.
Well, you also don't want that because there's a difference between what people actually want and what they say.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that this is a criticism brought up by some people.
I understand that, but they're wrong. And this is verbatim the opposite of what you were trying to convince me of, that I was giving you shit, but I totally agreed with you on back when we did the
sequel discussion.
With the sequel discussion. For this one, it has to be one thing and only one thing, or else.
What's the or else? What's the detriment?
The detriment is that it can't be one or the, like, for you we can be one, the other, both, or it's allowed to be all of those.
Yeah.
For the Xbox, it is only allowed to be one, the other, or both.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because that's how computers work.
I mean, I understand. Like, I guess, like, I won't really understand, though, until I see it and I experience it and I know what you're talking about by experience.
No, like, I can get that you would want more things to signal specific things.
Yeah.
But, like, the example that you use for me is probably not... If they use that, then I have no idea what kind of brain they have. I've got nothing nice to say to that person. But if you said Xbox, turn everything on, that means all your applets, all your everything, it would try to turn them on.
Well, like, the idea was, and I was listening to We Can Confirm, that's where I get the example, is like, instead of having to say Xbox on, and then have it turn on, and then have to say Xbox watch TV, and then having it turn your TV receiver on via that way, just being able to walk up and say Xbox, turn everything on, it'll turn on your Xbox and your TV and your receiver and all that without you having to ask it to. And I understand what you're saying is, like, if it did that might be too much. But again, like, things like, it should be able to say...
What you should be able to do then, it's not turn everything on, it's Xbox. Turn console, TV, receiver on.
Yeah.
Allow lists, and that's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, that would be a good alternative.
Turn everything on. Everything would consist of this specific list, and if that's not what the user was thinking, they'd hate it.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you.
So it's like, if they did it, that's fine, but they'd still have that same complaint with the general speech. That would not eliminate that complaint.
Yeah, or like be able to say, like, or create commands for the Xbox to understand. Like, the Xbox, when I say turn everything on...
That one's fine. That one's fine,
like,
too.
Turn these things on. Like, when I say everything, this is what I mean. Or, like, say, Xbox launch Rise, it should be able to know, launch Rise Son of Rome. I shouldn't have to say the whole name. Just because, like, it should be able to know that. But I understand what you're saying. I agree. But, like, what do you think of it so far? Do you think it's pretty cool? It seems pretty cool.
I believe I said before, if you're going to end up with all three systems, or at least both the PS4 and Xbox One, you should have gone with the Xbox One first.
Now, what's your reasoning for this? Because you told me, but you didn't say it on the show.
I didn't. I did not. Okay, the reasoning for this is because of this multimedia functionality. The Xbox has more new stuff that you have not seen before, and I can guarantee you that you have not seen or messed with this stuff before. Than the PS4 does. Not to mention, as far as things that only come out on Xbox One versus the PS4 list, the Xbox One list is slightly bigger. Not by much, but it is bigger. And it looks to be like it's going to be that way for a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you were going to get both anyway, and it's not you're picking and choosing between the two, Xbox One would have been the smarter choice to take first. You'd have found more use for it earlier on, because if you took all the games away from it, everything away, you could still probably mess with it for a few hours, and then use it all the time. Whereas with the PS4, they took some of the multimedia functionality out of that. I don't know why, but they did, and it's you use it for mostly gaming, and your games list is not too much to brag about right now.
Yeah.
Will be, but not right now.
That's true of both consoles. But I understand. Like, I understand and I agree with you about the whole, like, Xbox has a lot of functionality outside of just being able to play video games. But I will say that the argument that people will bring up to you is, like, I don't care about all that multimedia stuff. I want my video games, and they look and run better on PS4. So...
they look and run better on PS4. Look... Sure, if you like to have both at the same time and run them side by side. And if you're caring about looks anyway, why didn't you get a computer?
It's true.
and then run an Xbox controller.
It's true.
Because you can do that for almost all games now.
Yeah.
Like I can even get my Wii stuff on my computer.
Yeah, it's true. Hashtag emulation. Yeah, I mean that's.
So
that's
I
a
mean,
good-
of course, you have to have the backups and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
real copies.
that's a good point, Scott. I definitely don't disagree with you.
And like this only pertains if you're going to get both anyway.
Mm-hmm. Have you plugged it into your TV and set
Have
that up?
not. Have not. I don't know about that yet. I just messed around with commands for like 20 minutes because I thought they worked better than I thought. It was fast.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Faster than I thought.
Cool.
The eye works really well. The
Watch it.
yeah, I was gonna talk about both of them. The PlayStation Eye and the Xbox Kinect.
It's called the PlayStation
they're both
camera.
eyes.
Now.
Camera.
Whatever. Do they both have eyes? Yes.
They
I
both
will.
watch
I will call them. I will be wrong and call them eyes forever. That's how I view them.
The Xbox One's eyes.
When
are
they
watching
watch
you.
me, and I come in the room, and they see me, and then they snap to my profile, I say, "Fuck that." Okay, it's kind of cool, but fuck you.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I call it an eye.
that works. Like you walk up in the room while the Xbox is on, it sees your face, it logs you in without even
Yeah,
asking.
it logged Will in while I was messing with it.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was taking down some of his stuff for his computer because we're moving.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we'll move on. I'm trying to have Mr. Jeff Chorney on next week, so he's been playing tons of Xbox One. So I'm trying to get him on and see if he can talk about it with us. So
As
anything
far
else?
as if you didn't have any of the systems and you were planning on getting, all three, they're right in saying the Wii U.
Yeah, man, Wii U's pretty cool.
As cool as the Xbox interface is, I still like the Wii U's better.
Really? Oh, you're
Yes.
crazy for that. I like Miiverse, but I don't really like the Wii U UI.
Whatever, you get down on your 3DS.
There you go. Get a 3DS. The most next gen of next gen systems. Anything else, Scott? Anything video game related you've been playing? Other than that,
Path of Exile might have been that last one. Got back into that. Don't know if I talked about it before. Don't really care.
Tony's talked about it a lot.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, on the show, they haven't been on for a few weeks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Nothing.
Nothing particularly new. No.
All right, Nabshin,
Yo.
throw me some video games.
Sure.
Batman.
A game I could. Sure, Batman. Just start off with having fun, Batman. Yes, I've been playing Batman. I still like the game, but it still doesn't really grab me. I'll say that.
Okay.
And I say that because I don't know. There's something. Like I said, there's something off about the game. But there's just like little things that that Arkham City did for me that this one doesn't. Alex, when you played the game, did you find any Easter eggs? Like how Rocksteady letters or shit everywhere. Oh, there's Catwoman's helmet or something like that. I don't know. Have you seen
I found a couple of things.
I couldn't find a goddamn thing. I don't know. It's I see posters everywhere. I don't see anything like that. I find an Enigma puzzle or every once in a while. But I don't know. There's
Significantly less of it.
There's nothing that really is just grabbing me with her right now. I don't know, and it might just be just pure nostalgia for why I like the Arkham City better. I mean, other than Arkham Origins, having some technical issues and whatnot. Arkham City just felt like more of a game that I just want to sink my teeth in and explore the world. Arkham Origins is just feel like I just feel like I just do the main story and that's pretty much it. And I would just be done with it. And that's pretty much how I'm just feeling with the game right now.
Okay. I like.
And the main story's still really good though.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Yeah, I just finished all the Joker stuff. If he shows up again, but like I finished all the Joker stuff, and that stuff was like freaking amazing.
Yeah,
Like I said,
that scene when you at the end of that Joker stuff, like that scene, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Direct reference to the Killing Joke, which is an extremely popular, is probably the most famous Batman series comic. This is a comic in which Barbara Gordon gets shot by the Joker and is crippled. Very spoilers. If you don't know the story of the Killing Joke, you monsters. It's a direct reference to that, and it's handled extremely well. It's kind of incredible what they do with that.
Mm.
And like even like you saw it, and like you immediately tweeted at me, and you're like, "Why is this not in our Game of the Year stuff?" And like even as someone, I know you probably haven't read that comic, but from an outsider looking in, you could appreciate it very highly.
Definitely.
And very good Troy Baker performance as well.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Batman. I'm gonna finish it, just because I really do want to see the ending, how it all ends up and everything. But
You should finish it.
Yeah, after I finish it, I'll pretty much be done with it. I don't really care about doing the anarchy stuff or buying the Riddler stuff. So I don't know. That's how I feel about it. Play more Skya. I'm literally at the last boss now, and he is a bitch to beat. So that's what's been taking my time. Actually, I've been playing that game like constantly now. Because I got other games. Because I was like on this tear. Like I'm gonna play all the games these people need to suggest me for this fucking Game of the Year thing. So I'm just trying to get like a little taste of it, or play enough of it to at least form an opinion about it. But like I just decided just to like do that again like all day yesterday, and I know like on my off day that's all I played. I just played this guy because I was like in a really good story part. And like at the last boss I can't beat his ass, so I gotta grind a little bit to beat him. But still loving it though. Man, still love that game. Yeah. Other than that, more 3D World.
You got 3D World.
You
didn't have it. You didn't have it before.
Yeah, that's the thing. You talk about that game. Yeah. Yeah.
So now that you've sunk your teeth into it, what do you think?
Yeah, it's really good. I like it. I like it a lot. Pretty much play it like I pretty much do like a world a day, or anytime I pick it up, I just do a world, and then I just don't put it down to like I finish that world like 100%, and then that's when I turn it off. That's pretty much how it's been so far. So I guess you could say I played it about 6 times now because I'm on World 6.
Yeah.
But,
I got to World 8,
really
and I was like, I'm gonna go back and get everything.
Yeah, I don't go on until I get everything the first time.
I
know like what was it? I think it was like World like World 5.2 or World 5.6. I tweeted about this.
Was it the Piranha one?
It was the world where there's like no, it's a world where they had these two like circular lasers around, and you have to like time yourself to like to get it exactly to one point, and like there's a double cherry on that level. Because I know because I know like, specifically the way you have to do it. Because like it was like right at the flag level, you have to like go down the tunnel or go down the pipe to do this little dumb puzzle thing to get the star there. Then you have to double cherry so you can go get the sticker at the far end of the stage, and you still have to do like get the star coins so you get like all the stars to get to the get the star from while dodging the circular lasers, and still have to get on top of the flagpole. And I did that all in one run because like I want to do this all in one run, so I don't have to do this level anymore.
Yeah.
I died so many times.
And
they show that insulting Tanuki thing that just pisses me off every time I see it. Like, just get out of my face. Like, don't even put that in front of me. Garbage in front of me.
I hate the too bad thing. It's fucking too bad. I'm like, fuck you.
Well, yeah, like I played the hell out of that game. That game's really good. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just playing mostly the single player too. Like the worlds are really spaced out for multiplayer. I've noticed that. Not really tight and
That
I guess
changes.
consistent like in 3D land, but yeah. I'm still enjoying it though. And I played pretty much exclusively Mario just because I don't know, fuck it. And like the only time I switched out was redo the level so I can get the stickers for the other characters. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as that game.
Mm.
Um, I've been playing Flower on the Vita for the longest time. I just keep forgetting to mention it.
Yeah.
That game's still fun.
Cool.
So yeah, that's pretty much all I really need to say about that. It's getting like the motion controls. You use a touch screen to move around, so that's kind of a weird change of pace. But you eventually get used to it. That game's still pretty. So yeah, Flower on the Vita, so cool. Got her free since I already bought it, so that's all good stuff. Um, and another new game I didn't really talk about until now is Tearaway. I fucking got that game and I beat it, and that's like one of my favorite games this year. It's a really fun, like just great adventure, like a pure adventure game type of thing. It's just like it's adventure, even though it's kind of linear. It's still like an adventure game. Like you pretty much it's just fantastic. Like I can't really put the word. I don't even really describe it because I just feel like it's something you need to experience.
It's
Just
whimsy,
to like
right?
really get
It's whimsical.
it is whimsy, is charming. It's just so great just to play. That ending was just like perfect too for that game. It was really great because it's kind of Fez-esque as how as far as how it ends at first, and then it's just like and then it just like reflects on everything, and that part's just really awesome.
Cool.
And like just the way you interact with the world and like how that carries it out through the game. Like every time you just like walk through the world and like you turn up the camera and you turn the camera around, you can see yourself as being the sun. I still think that's like one of the best things this year. It's like you just look at that and you have to smile. It's funny. It's great. I love it.
That's cool.
That game's real good.
I do want to play that. It does look like something
Yeah,
that I would really enjoy.
I'll definitely let you borrow my Vita before the end of this year so you can play it for yourself
Mhm.
and try to beat it too if you can because it's really good. It's like it probably took me about 8 hours, but like I was like so enamored with the world, I took my sweet ass time with it. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good though.
I'd probably do the same thing, to be fair. So
Mm. And other than that, just been playing some Game of the Year stuff for other people so I can form my own opinions about it. I played Tales of Xillia. I probably about 4 to 6 hours of that.
Mhm.
And I just played enough to form an opinion about it, and then I stopped.
What
And
did
then
you
I
think?
went on to
Just what's your
it's
opinion?
okay so far.
Okay.
I'll save that for Game of the Year.
Oh,
So, yeah,
excuse me.
that's pretty much all of that. And
Yeah,
and
he
I also
refused
played
to tell me a
because
fucking thing about it too.
I'm
Bugs
eating
the
it from-
shit out of both of you.
Yeah.
and and I tried out Nino Kuni. I didn't get too far in it. I just pretty much got up to where I saw Drippy. And then
Yeah.
I got distracted by the sky. But yeah, I will definitely go back in that game and try to get like a good chunk in there so I can like form my opinion on that as well because I haven't really done the combat system or anything on that game yet. So
Scott,
there
how
you go.
far do you think he should go to have an opinion about that game? I'm thinking he should go to Swain at the very least.
At the very least, he does need to get to Swain.
Okay.
Not like meeting Swain, but getting him on your side.
Yeah, having him in your party. Yeah.
Like, because I don't want to say it's like a Final Fantasy game where it keeps where it doesn't get hard until you get enough tools, but rather it doesn't stop giving you tools for combat. I want to say.
Yeah, no, it keeps going. Especially like there's that part at the end where you get, and you're like, oh.
Well then.
You're like, okay, come along with me. Yeah.
Hey Scott, can you do me a favor
All
and
right.
read chat?
That's
Yes.
Option?
I am
Yeah,
actually trying to
that's-
work on that right now.
That's pretty much it for me. Since we were talking about like places to stop, was that a good place? I'm not gonna say was that a good place, but like and Zilly, I stopped where we just got to Mila's town because like that was like pretty much after your somewhat first boss fight, and that's why I felt like it was a good place to stop. You think that was probably a good place to stop, or should I play it like a little bit more?
I think you should play it until the end of Chapter 1. Because there's a big thing that happens. Like, that's when I feel like that game starts playing with expectations. Because, like, Tony even tweeted at me, he's like, the entire plot of that game I thought was... Or Chapter 1 was what I thought the entire plot of that game would be.
Yep.
And the way that they play with that, and the way that they play with what you think that game is...
And by the way, there are 5 chapters.
Yeah.
So they're like 5 times the story.
Yeah. And each
I
time
didn't
you're
get a
like...
single trophy
It's like,
yet.
what?
Yeah. It's... So I think chapter 1 is a good place to stop, to have a very,
Well,
very
how far
wide
am I
opinion.
to the end of that then?
I think you're probably like halfway there.
You're halfway to the end of chapter 1, yeah.
God. That's
Yeah.
Actually, I'd say about a third.
If you don't like it, then don't play it. Like that's
Yeah.
if it has not grabbed you at this point, then it's not worth the time.
no. I've been saying is like I don't mind trying to like seeing the opinion about it. I mean, I have an opinion on it. It's just that I just want to get what's good about it first before I just like stop playing it altogether, or maybe even continue on with it. I'm just trying to say.
With Zillia, I think what's so good about it keeps coming as you play it. Seeing some of the parts that I have seen in it, because I know I'm never going to play it.
Mm-hmm.
They do the same thing in Ni no Kuni. It's sort of what you have to do with a JRPG now to keep everybody
A good JRPG.
interesting, right?
Yeah.
So it's like at the beginning you can say I like it so far, but if this is all the game is, then it's not a very good game.
Mm. Well, like at the end of chapter 1, something crazy happens.
And it's so good.
And it's the first of many crazy things, and you get a taste for what that game will do and what it is. It is not afraid to pull its punches, and I think it's worth seeing that. So
I'd say play until you think the story of the game has reached its pinnacle. As like when the game shows you that what you think is the story is no longer the story, that's a good place to think you've experienced the game.
because, like, in a perfect world, I think Tony and I would have you play to the point where shit gets absolutely fucking insane, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, Tony.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's a deep way into that game. And
Yeah,
then
that's
shit
about
gets
15 hours in.
Then shit gets fucking even crazier. So I won't make you play it then. But if you did play till that point, which I think is the end of chapter 3, then you wouldn't want to stop anyway.
Right.
But yeah,
Never stop.
never stop.
Alright. Yeah, that's everything from me.
As for me, I played more Assassin's Creed 4, which I've talked about before, but I'll mention I played more of that. That game's still really good. I showed my mom. My mom was up for the weekend, and she stopped by because I was like, I'll show you the PS4 and everything. And she's like, oh, okay. And I showed her Assassin's Creed, and she's like, this is crazy! This is real! So she was really impressed. I played Battlefield 4. I actually got to sink some time into that. I played a lot of the multiplayer. It's really fucking good. That game is really good when it's working. When it works. It's so upsetting because, like, that game crashed on me at least 24 times in the 6 hours I played of it. Which is
24?
horrible. Yeah, 24.
Jesus Christ.
Like, usually I would play, like, a multiplayer match, which is usually about 20 minutes, and it would crash at the end of the multiplayer match. Almost 60, no, I would say more than that, probably about 80% of the time I would play a multiplayer match, would I actually, like 20% of the time I would actually get to the screen where it shows the accolades and awards and points and stuff you got at the end, which is
And then the whole
horrible.
game. It crashes the whole game, right? So you have to restart the whole game, title sequence and everything.
It says, it boots to a screen that says, I'm sorry, Battlefield 4 has crashed. Would you like to report this to EA? It's like, yes, I would, because I'm sure they get a dozen of these every 3 seconds. And then it just boots you back out to the PS4 live menu screen, I believe is what it's called, which is garbage. But when that game is working, it looks gorgeous, it runs super well, the maps are amazing. Like, the maps are probably my favorite multiplayer shooter maps ever. just because not only is like 64 people, it's crazy. Things are happening. Like I was playing with Greg yesterday, and he was playing. He loves it, by the way. He fucking hated admitting it to me, but like there was a moment, like 20 minutes into him playing a match, where he was like, I really like this controller, and this game is fucking amazing, and I'm really upset about all of this. I'm like, yeah, that's right, Greg.
Yeah, get that PlayStation Plus, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. So he was really upset about that, but he loved it. So it was to the point where we were having such a good time playing it that we were thinking of like maybe we should turn that into a video series.
Bad
and
Company.
Yeah, Battlefield 4 Bad Company. That'd
I
be
think
fun.
that's the best name.
That's probably the best out of what I saw. I tweeted about it, and a lot of people responded and said that sounds like it'd be really dumb and really fun. So hopefully, we might get that going next year. But yeah, there was a point where he was like sitting on top of a really tall building in one of the new maps, Dawnbreaker, which is gorgeous. It's a huge cityscape, tons of tall buildings, and we were just looking at the center of the map, and it was like watching a war zone, and there were like explosions coming out, helicopters flying through, jets flying through between the buildings, dropping bombs. It was incredible to look at, and it was just tons of fun as well. And like those multiplayer maps, basically, I played Conquest mostly because that's where the 64 people are, and like each capture point is basically an entire Call of Duty map. Like there will be like 6-on-6 at one capture point, and it's like full on firefights, and it's sometimes just that one capture point is bigger than an entire Call of Duty map, and it's so much fun. Like it's really disappointing that game is completely broken. But like it's to the point where it sucks and it bothers me, but I'm still going to play it because I have fun when it's working. But another thing is I managed, after like 30 minutes of failed attempts, I managed to get in a squad in a group with the people over at Gamecock's Gamecast. We finally managed to get it because there's no party system in that game. You can't like get together and then go join a game together. It's none of that. You just have to join a game and then have someone join the same game as you, and then hope that they get on the same team as you, and then switch to the same squad as you. It's fucking broken as all hell. It's just disappointing when Call of Duty makes it look so easy, because they're just like, you go into multiplayer and that screen that you're on is your party, and people can just join it super easy, and then you just join games together, and it's not a problem. But with Battlefield, there's none of that. It's a lot of like, let's try and join this game together and hope no one gets booted or nothing crashes or you don't get put on the wrong team or any of that. So, a lot of problems with that game.
That's
Scott and
online
I are
multiplayer.
just smacking each other with our swords, waiting for you now, Alex.
Fuck you guys.
We haven't. Like,
what?
I told Scott he wasn't allowed to leave my ship until you got here because I don't want to experience any of the game without you.
And we're not doing any of that until this is all over.
Right.
But
That's
like,
beautiful, but
I wanted to wait until the show was over because I'm dedicated to you, baby.
all right. Nabishin, what were you saying?
So this online multiplayer with the PlayStation 4 free. As far as like in general, like how the setup is and stuff like that, 'cause you haven't really talked about that.
It seems fine. It seems comparable to the 360 at the very least. Like, I realize like I'm not gonna play without Ethernet. I can't do remote play without Ethernet either. So I plugged my PS4 into Ethernet, so I've had virtually no lag of any games I've played. I've only ever played Battlefield 4 online though, and Resogun, so I don't have like a good margin. The chat system works pretty well. Niall was complaining. I was playing with Niall and Nick Walchek and Kevin again, two of the Gamecocks casters. Niall was upset that the audio quality for the voice chat wasn't very good, which is not. It's about the same as like a phone call or Xbox 360 chat or anything, but you know, I wasn't expecting anything more than that. I don't care. It seems pretty good. Like I played with Mark Griffiths at the RP Genius. I actually talked to him. It was weird. But we were playing
Apparently, I have a doppelganger where he lives, so that's weird.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. I was joking because him and me have pretty much the same taste in video games. He's joking, it's like, man, it's weird to play with the British version of yourself. I bet it sucks for you because you're just playing with the shitty American version of yourself. But it was fun. We played Battlefield 4. We managed to get in the same squad by some kind of magic, and we talked for like 30 minutes, and it was fun. But yeah, party system works well, I think. I've been having like weird, like assorted hardware problems with my PS4. Like sometimes when I turn it on, it'll just not output video, and I have to force turn it off and then turn it back on, and it works fine. But I don't know why that happens. I was having a problem when I couldn't connect to the PSN, but I think that was because it was Europe launch day and everything was kind of broken then.
Yeah, it pretty much was.
Yeah, I put in Killzone Shadowfall. That game is okay, from what I've played.
I kind of figured.
It looks
good though, right?
It looks really fucking good.
It looks really good. Of course, all the problems that people have with the story exist. I told you that it was weird, didn't make sense.
It seems kind of weird. I've only played the first full mission. I did the prologue mission, and then I did the first full mission. That was it.
Multiplayer needs some work.
Okay, I haven't.
It's
jumped
fun.
in multiplayer,
It's fun, but it's. I want to say that it's not. The guns are not balanced.
Okay.
Because what I talked to you about before when we were going, there's no recoil, so the difference between some guns there isn't, and it makes guns that should have been even really really weak, and it makes guns that shouldn't be this strong stupidly strong.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to play more of it.
Everything else is fine now.
It seems completely just fine. Nothing special
fun.
about it.
It's fun.
Flying jets is great.
Yeah, there you go.
We don't fly jets here, though.
Except I don't fly jets in it. It seems totally fine.
It's fucking hard.
I fly jets in Battlefield 4, and that shit's very difficult. I'm getting
talking about
Killzone.
Oh, you're not talking about Battlefield. Okay.
It was a very, very subtle jump. I will give you that.
Yeah, I heard stuff about guns, and I was like, Battlefield. Because why would we talk about Call of Duty Ghosts?
I'm not talking about Call of Duty Ghosts.
Ever.
Yeah, we don't talk about that shit.
We don't talk about Call of Duty Ghosts. Please be excited.
Even Evan won't talk about that.
Yeah. Joe talked to me about it. He's like, yeah, it's not that good.
Yeah. Thanks for finally noticing.
No comment. Killzone seems okay. I need to play more of it, but it's literally absolutely nothing overly impressive about it to me yet, except it looks really good.
Did you get the owl?
Yep, owl's cool. I like how the touchpad works very well. I will say.
I want to say that when you use it, what you can do with it is pretty impressive.
Yes.
The sad part is that level design allows it to be useful in that level that you get it.
Yes. And it seems like that probably, from what I've heard, that level design will not continue from there on. Which
is a huge letdown because it didn't need to be that way.
Yeah. That first level is very open. Yeah.
Very, very good level.
Yes, I like that.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention I played Killer Instinct when I was at I saw my friends because he got my best friend Mark. Yeah, he got an. Don't be that guy. He got an Xbox One.
Okay. So fuck you, Nobishin.
I'm just saying, don't call it the X-Bone.
I like the X-Bone. I'm gonna call it the
I like X-Bone.
I think it sounds cool.
I'm gonna call it the X-Phone.
What the fuck?
All right. What do you think of the Xbox, Nobishin?
I thought the Xbox One was okay. The controller just seems weird at first. I'm sure there's something to get used to, but like the bumpers are just awkward, and the stick seems a little bit too small.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, it works fine. I played a little Assassin's Creed 4 on it, and that game's pretty cool. So yeah, I knocked that off my list. I'll have to play that for Game of the Year.
Is Killer Instinct good though?
It's decent. being someone who actually likes content in single player in fighting games, I'm that weirdo. So that
Me
game
too.
kind of has pretty much nothing for me.
Mhm.
So
You'd have
but like other,
loved Bloody Roar.
I played that game.
You have?
All right. Yeah, my friend Travis played that game.
Okay.
But like but yeah, that it's seriously lacking for me as a person who likes that type of stuff. It lacks a lot. So, yeah. But other than that, the controls are fine, and doing those ultra combos are just so satisfying. With the going with the music and stuff like that, it's super fun. So yeah, Killer Instinct, pretty cool game. Just doesn't have that much.
All right. Cool. I had this weird impulse to play Paper Mario, so I played Paper Mario. I beat it in 2 days.
Nice.
It was a good impulse.
Yeah, I love Paper Mario. I really enjoy that game.
Now you have to let me borrow it, right?
I have it on the Wii Virtual Console.
Damn it.
So.
But you don't replay games, Scott.
Yeah, Scott.
Wait, is this Super Paper Mario?
No, Super Paper Mario is on the Wii, which I also have.
Right. That's what I thought.
But
Yeah.
That's what I haven't. I've only played one Paper Mario, maybe. Which Paper Mario are you playing again?
Well, I've played the first two, which is Paper Mario is the original on the N64.
OG.
OG. And the Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, which is probably what you're thinking of.
I might be thinking of that one. I'm not entirely sure.
The original Paper Mario does not look like an N64 game. I know it came out in 2001, but that game looks really good.
Of course, it's 2D. The combat is where you're still jumping on people in all of them.
Yeah.
Let's see.
The first two are actual RPGs. The second one is an action or the third one is an action platformer for the Wii.
I didn't like that about the third one in comparison.
Yeah, no. Third one's good, just in a different way that isn't as good as like the Thousand Year Door.
Right.
So.
I think I'm thinking about the first one, not the Thousand Year Door.
Okay. First one was for the N64.
Right, and then you had to go around. You weren't collecting stars. No, not this
You were
one.
collecting. You were
collecting-
finding the star spirits.
That's what it was.
That's the first one.
Right. I did play the first one.
If you played the first one, then you should play the second. The second one is so fucking good. So I beat the first one. Good game. Play the second one, and it's just like, that game is fucking amazing. Holy shit. That's probably my favorite game on GameCube. Like, Wind Waker's good. Mario Sunshine is good. I'm the only person in the world that likes that game.
I like that game too.
I know.
I never.
But like,
played
we're
it.
the
Never
only
actually-
people. Like that was the other thing. For the people who played it, for some reason they didn't like it.
They're like, it's too hard, or the mechanic of having the flood is dumb. I'm like, I like the flood. I thought it was cool. I liked that. It was really hard.
The flood.
Yeah,
the
but-
flood was not dumb. It was probably the combination of the two that turned people off. But
Yeah.
neither one of them were dumb, and it wasn't done terribly. You had to if you went through Mario 64 and you got good and you beat it, then this was the next level up, and stepping from that to this one felt great.
Insert
Yes.
Halo joke here.
Insert Halo joke here. I agree, Scott. I love Sunshine. That's a gorgeous fucking game too.
Like I keep remembering some of the levels back because I never finished the game. I don't know what happened, but I think it was just a rent that I had.
Finishing
And
that
then,
game
like-
was like one of the proudest moments of my life because it's so hard.
The thing about it is I keep remembering levels and like, yeah, that's why Mario 64 was great. Oh wait, no, that was Mario Sunshine.
Mm-hmm. I like Mario Sunshine more than I like Mario 64. I
I do
understand why Mario 64 is important because it made a 3D.
Yes.
It made a 3D platformer where there weren't any. But I like Sunshine better, personally.
Again, I do too. Like, for some reason, I keep crediting what Sunshine did
Mm-hmm.
back to 64.
Yeah.
Like I keep intermixing the levels.
Yeah.
I give all that credit to 64, but then I'm like, wait, these are all Sunshine levels.
Mm. Like I thought Sunshine, not only was it gorgeous, I thought the level design was better than Mario 64. I didn't think that the mechanics were probably better. They're pretty the same, and I thought like the flood stuff was good, but it wasn't like some kind of crazy innovation.
It wasn't.
But yeah, it's just like that level design kind of did it for me because it was like that's the Galaxy team, that's the core Mario team, and like they played a lot with level design in Sunshine, and then they clearly had a lot of ideas, and they had to make a context to make those ideas work, and that was Mario Galaxy. And Mario Galaxy is amazing, and then they're like, let's evolve on this in Mario Galaxy 2. That's why Galaxy 2 is my favorite. But I feel like that they were trying to get there with Sunshine. They didn't have the right base.
Yeah, because the plot line for it was dumb. I can
totally.
see that. It was the funny kind of dumb that
Yeah,
I was
silly.
looking for. I was looking forward to figuring out where they were going with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like as you said with the Hilda thing in Zelda, that's the right kind of dumb.
Yeah.
That's what they were going.
Low rule. Like that's the right kind of dumb right there. We Fit Trainer. What's up, boys? That's the right kind of dumb. Nintendo knows.
Nah,
what's
man,
up.
Village are too good.
Village is also the right kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Anyway, off tangent. I've been playing Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. I'm probably gonna play more of that tonight after I play Starbound and possibly Hearthstone. That game's really funny. I forgot how funny that game is.
Yep. Paper Mario games are good at doing that.
Yeah.
Dude,
I wish that would
what's your
translate
favorite
to some of
part?
the other ones.
What's my favorite part?
Yeah, man.
Of Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door? It's a tie between the train murder mystery and the whole mystery of what's happening at the Glitz pit.
That's my favorite. Yeah, the Glit's so good.
The Glitz, it's so good.
Anybody have a copy of this that I can borrow?
I have it. You can play it after I'm done with it.
Sweet.
I thought I had it. So
You
I
have
had
it,
it
Tony?
somewhere.
Yeah.
I had it somewhere.
I think I saw it when I was in your room. I commented on it. I feel like.
Maybe.
What game?
It's really good. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Super Paper Mario is ironically the funniest of the games, but it has like too much dialogue. Where I think Thousand Year Door is like the perfect balance.
Also 3.
Rules of 3, but there are 4. There's Sticker Star. What the fuck is that game? It's garbage.
Oh, that's the actor.
I'm just kidding. Like when I was playing this, I'm like thinking like, all right, I'm gonna have to play all 3 because I have to. I gotta work myself up to play Sticker Star.
You're doing it backwards. Forget everything you can about 1, 2, and 3. Play Sticker Star, then be glad the first 3 happened.
Yeah, it's true. I hope that Sticker Star isn't what that series is from now on. Like, I hope that Sticker Star 1 isn't the last game in the series, and 2, they go back to, like, Thousand Year Door mechanics. Because Sticker Star doesn't even have companions in it.
I kind of want them to go back to the 7 stars mechanics.
Yeah, 7 Stars is also a good alternative.
But then again, they sort of do have the Mario Luigi series doing that, don't they?
Yeah, like I think the Mario Luigi series is the evolution of Super Mario 7 Stars, and Paper Mario is its own thing now.
Right.
But anyway, speaking of Mario games, over the Thanksgiving weekend, I'm like, I'm gonna cuddle up and play the shit out of some Mario 3D World, and I did. I've 100% completed that game now. There's a thing that I found out when I beat that game that I was really upset. I don't know if I should share it.
Share it.
Okay. So, there are 5
You can let Scott answer it.
Exactly. There are 5 stickers in that game that you can only get if you beat every level in that game with every character.
So is one of them a star sticker, so you can beat the sticker star?
No, I'm talking about Mario 3D World now.
I know. So you can be the sticker star
I
in
am
Mario 3D World.
confused on how that would work.
So,
But you don't have to explain it to me, like, you've gone far enough with it.
yeah, well, like, after you beat the final level, in, like, the booklet that shows, like, all the collectibles in the game, it unlocks a final area to that. And it's 5 stops, or, like, 5 stamps, in the booklet next to each level, and there's a stamp for each character, each of the 5 characters: Mario, Luigi, Toad, Peach, and Rosalina.
Mhm.
And
Rosalina, best character.
it'll show you Rosalina's okay.
She's good. She's good.
It'll show you like what characters you've completed that level with. So like the first 5 levels or whatever I have completed with all the characters, or the first 4 characters, because I played them co-op with you guys.
So you should just play it co-op, basically.
So my thought is I'm just going to bring you guys back over, and we're going to play through as many levels as I can do co-op, just so I don't have to play through all the levels 5 times. So you can't use, or you can't get 100%, like true 100% completion. You can't complete the stamp collection. I don't know if you get something if you do. Probably not. I'm probably working to nothing. But you can't do that unless you've beaten every single level with every single character. So
I can see why that's upsetting.
it's upsetting. It's like, it's not like a bad thing. I'm okay with having to go back and play through that level or play through the game, but it just sounds really
I wouldn't be.
tedious.
Yeah, I mean, without co-op, that's beating the entire game 5 times.
Yes. And that fucking last level is a mother goddamn fucker. Holy shit. It took me 3.5 hours to beat that.
Dude, when is that not? Except for Mario Galaxy 1.
It's true. The problem was, like, I beat the level on my second try, and then when it was saving, my Wii U froze, which happened twice.
Oh,
when I
that
was playing
happened
this
to me.
game. And I had to force restart my Wii U, and I opened it up again, and I hadn't finished the last level. I was like, no! Because I knew if I went back to it, it would take me way longer. It took me another 3.5 hours to beat that fucking level. So there you go. That was my frustrations.
Sounds like you're just a big baby.
Game's not as hard as I thought it would be. It's pretty easy, honestly.
Last level took me 3.5 hours. Game's easy.
The last level isn't the hardest level. Like there's like Nabishin, you know, the green star levels where you have to it's like a series of 10-second challenges where you have to get 3 green stars.
Yeah.
There's one of those where it's 20 or 30 green stars. And that level's fucked.
Because Alex being Alex has to get all the stars.
I have to get all the stars, but the problem is if you fuck up at any point in that level, you have to start it all over again. So there were several occasions where I would get to like the 20 green star mark, and I would fuck up, and I have to start all over again. That level took me like 5 hours.
That is definitely where co-op would pay off.
Yeah, but sometimes like it's really hard to manage it with co-op, so
Well,
it would help in some cases. In that level.
normally nobody gets screwed unless they are essentially really, really slow at doing things.
Yeah, or if they're
But
not working
chances
together.
are, especially if it's the front person screwing up, the others will still get through it.
Yeah, but I beat
If
it.
they're almost as good as that first person.
But I beat it. I got the Peach sticker. I beat every level with Peach. I liked it. Yeah, it's a really good game. The last 2 levels, it's like literally there's a last world that's like the last 2 levels, and those 2 levels are the fucked ones. They're really hard. But there's like a beautiful moment at the end of one of the last levels that I'm not gonna ruin for you, but it's just grinning ear to ear. That game is so
I
whimsical.
thought you said about made you cry.
No, it didn't make me cry. It was such a happy
Not
moment.
that kind of game, Maverick. He's not that much of a crybaby. Give him some kind of dignity, okay?
Thanks, Scott.
He probably
really
did
gonna
cry, but let's not talk about it. That's
and,
what Scott meant to say.
and I beat A Link Between Worlds, which is an amazing game.
It's so amazing.
It is absolutely amazing. So
I've started my hero mode playthrough.
I'm not gonna the whole last
I'll work
ending,
for it.
the whole last
I haven't
ending,
told them anything, so.
okay, the whole last ending bit of that game is fucking amazing. Like it was so much better than I thought it was going to be, and like that last puzzle in the final boss, and Scott knows exactly what I'm talking about. When you have that moment of clarity and you get it and you know exactly what you're supposed to do, it's so
Hole in the
satisfying.
wall.
Yeah, go on the wall. That's exactly what it is. Thanks, Nalbashin. Ruin it. No.
Solution to everything. No.
You know what I'm
well,
talking about,
actually, I was dumb and I didn't get it till after.
Oh, okay.
Like I did it the way that a Scot would do it,
Mm-hmm.
and it like you know how that works, right?
Yes.
Where I'm being
I'm very
frantic
familiar.
about it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can pretty much imagine what I did instead of what you had to do. Then, well, the last time that I did it, I was like, oh, that happened.
And
'Cause
like,
it was a misfire, and I was like,
Yeah.
huh.
and like the way
Was
that
it a
they
misanthrope?
it was a misanthrope. I'm a misanthrope. The way that they do it, and they stop the whole game and they zoom in on it and they show you it happening, and you're like, oh! It's like they went totally over the top with it. It made it way more satisfying. Fucking Nintendo knows how to make a
Yep.
goddamn great Zelda game.
All the boss fights really good.
Yes.
A few of them were pushovers, but
Yeah, some
that's
of 'em.
because they were earlies.
Yeah.
The
And, like-
others, if you fought it first, it was hard for you. Regardless, if you fought it later, it was somewhat easier.
Yes, I agree. So I've written my review of it. I know what I think of it. My only criticism, and I can't believe I actually think this, but I think it does hold water to this game, and it's a big criticism, is that I think if this wasn't a sequel to A Link to the Past, and they hadn't had to lean on the nostalgia for A Link to the Past, that this would be a better game. If it had been wholly new and original and everything about it was new, then it would have been a better game.
It would have been an 11 on
Yes.
everybody else's scale, and an awesome plus amazing
Yes.
on our scale,
Yes.
which
It's
is
just like-
25.
Yeah, if they hadn't had to lean on they do throwbacks to the bosses, to the even like the light world overworld map is almost the same in a lot of areas. It's like if they didn't need that, if they hadn't had to do that because it was a sequel to A Link to the Past, this game would have been better. And I couldn't help but think that when I was playing this game. But regardless of that, it's still a fantastic game, and everyone who has a 3DS, everyone should play it. I firmly believe that. I think it's the best game on 3DS.
The Dark Palace boss, god damn it.
All right, that's it for video games.
Hold on here.
Okay.
If you go to the
I'll let
Dark
you have
Palace first, walk out.
Just leave. Just walk away.
no.
Don't go down that road.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
I did it. I consider myself a very good Zelda player.
and it was fucked.
No.
It was
It's
fucked.
too early for you.
It's too early. Go home, boys. I'll say my favorite
Oh.
dungeon to those listening is the ice ruins. That's my favorite dungeon in that game. It's amazing. I think it's one of the best
Yep.
Zelda dungeons ever.
Yep. Tie between Ice Ruins and the Dark Palace for me.
Go ahead, Numption. What were we gonna say?
Any reason why who is it? Rovio is
Rovio?
nominated for best new hero.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I
Yeah.
wanted to know.
You're not allowed to know though.
You're not allowed to know.
Okay, I mean, I'll say that's all I wanted to know. That's what I'm saying. I was just curious why, but okay. I mean, if it was legit or was it a mistake,
It's
that's what
so
I'm saying,
legitimate.
but
Scott's with me 100% on this one.
100%. Like,
Scott, did you buy this game virtually?
yes.
Damn it, I need to borrow it from
If you
someone.
if you wanna swap yeses for a little bit, I'm okay with that.
I have the DS card.
Okay, I'll probably borrow it from you.
All right. I think Nominations. You said you were going to buy it before the end of the year, so.
Yeah,
I'll
but
see
we don't
if
have
I can.
any way to get around, so it'll all be virtual stuff for us.
Gotcha. Understandable.
If
Like,
you
I
need a
downloaded- I
ride,
got
I'm
Pokemon
I'm
Virtual.
willing to do for this. If you need a ride, I'm willing to go for this.
Yeah. I'll lend it to
And
both of you.
pizza.
I'll lend it to both of you. That's fine. I don't think I'm gonna. I might revisit it before the end of the year. I might not. I know my opinion on that game, so. It's fucking amazing. So.
It's not important that you do, but if you have time, goddamn, you really want to.
Yeah.
By the way, side note, Alex, completely off topic.
Yeah.
Ivar is totally genius of that
Ivar?
game. Yeah,
Oh yeah, totally. Oh my god. I
he's
didn't
totally
think
the
of
genius
that.
of that universe.
Oh my god.
Oh, Zilia?
Yeah. Oh my god, that's brilliant.
Yeah. I think Alvashine has met Ivar already too, so
We need to
He
find a
knows.
picture of Ivar just looking like a fucking idiot and just put that as the album.
I mean, that's the entirety of the time that you see Ivar, so...
pretty much. Oh my god. What a brilliant character, though.
Yeah, he was really good. I liked him a lot. I liked hating him.
Who's your favorite party member?
Other
than the one you played.
I don't want to cop out and say Mila, so I'm not going to.
Mhm.
Let's see. Of all the people, I'll tell you one thing. I really wanted Gaius to be a party member at one point because he'd be the super fucking badass, and I'd play him immediately.
Me too.
And he is, but I don't know. Like the two main characters were the people who I liked the most out of the main party.
Yeah. Agreed.
Of the supporting characters, my favorite was probably tied between Alvin and Rowan.
Yeah, Rowan's so awesome.
He's such a motherfucking badass. Did you see the snaps that I sent you?
Yes.
Did you see the Rowan one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rowan's so
I left those glasses on him for the entire game.
I bet you did.
And then when I got the aviators, I put them on Alvin.
Yeah.
Does he have a bow and arrow?
No, he doesn't. Unfortunately, he has daggers.
Daggers and a rapier.
Yeah, because he's a boss.
He's the fucking motherfucking badass.
He duels like a champion.
Does he shoot an arrow shockwave?
He might. I don't know. He does a lot of cool moves.
Don't worry about it.
The two moves that I remember him doing, because I didn't really have him in my party very often.
Yeah.
But the moves that I remember him doing when he was in my party was he had these 4 giant gold chains that like converge on each other and does massive damage to everything in the entire area.
Yeah.
And then he has one there is a giant golden bell that appears on top of an enemy and like swings back and forth, like making a bell tone and doing a bunch of damage. It's awesome. So there you go.
I approve. Mine was Elise outside of Mila.
I liked Elise a lot. Her character development was good.
Yes.
I loved Tipo.
Tifa's great.
He's such a funny character.
Joy. Just anytime he's on screen, I was just giggling usually.
Yep.
Alright.
Literally every single time Ivar ever showed up, I was like, "Well, shit's about to be fucking stupid again."
Pretty much. All right, we're gonna take a break, guys. We've had a long, fun show, but we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna do
We're
new
at 3
releases.
hours now.
Yeah, we're gonna do new releases, and we got a voicemail from our man Silver PR. So we'll be
I
back.
think we should do Game of the Year right now.
Did you do it right now?
Yeah.
Start the Game of the Year show.
Yeah, let's do it right now. No,
Doing it live.
that's not happening. We'll be back in a little bit, guys.
Choo, choo, choo.
All right, I'm gonna pee.
Enjoy that, dude.
I will.
So during that segment, I figured out how to get a Starbound server running and successfully set it up and got my ports forwarded and everything, so we can use it.
Yeah, that's all that was. He was just. I was there solely to crouch. I used the chat system to make my mouth move.
Yep.
He's not even here.
Yeah, he went to pee.
No, he's not. He's like Lily.
And then place logs in Tony's ship.
Yeah, you did
That's where
that.
logs go.
You did put logs in my ship, and then I had to break them, and that took much longer than I expected it to.
So how is
Yeah,
Space Terror
I didn't-
area?
So far, it's actually much improved, but we haven't left our ships yet, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Scott and I both left the server because we have a hunger bar apparently, and it was going down while we were standing there doing nothing.
Dicking around, but yeah.
We were like running around, crouching on everything, and swinging our swords at each other.
All right.
Which, by the way, Alex,
Yeah.
each race has a different type of sword, and mine looks way cooler than Scott's. And my ship
I
looks
disagree.
more baller than Scott's.
That his ship does look more baller than mine, though. My sword is.
You're a
much
human,
better than
right?
his. Yes, I am a human.
All right, so don't play a human or an avian when you make a character, because that's what
Please.
we are.
Okay.
We want to see the other guys. There,
All right,
you could be Alex Bot.
Just remind me when I go in, and I will.
It's the first two.
Alex
So,
Fox.
Alex.
Alex Bot.
The
Does he
Chemist
get the
Robot.
rest too?
Alex Bot cares not.
Alex Bot
cares
is
at the
sad.
breast.
I am sad always.
Alex Bot no life. Alex Bot no chin.
God damn. All right.
Instead of
Alex
having
Bot,
the
no
box
car.
for the face, it cuts off at the chin.
So it's like a fucking triangle.
It's just like a trapezoid.
Directly in the neck.
Deformed
It's just-
trapezoid.
There's just a torso, all neck, face. My face is on my neck. All right, let's do
And
this.
then it's sarcastically named Chin Bot.
The saddest bot of them all.
What are you talking
All right.
about? This bot is happy he doesn't need a face. All neck all the time. He thinks he's sexy.
Scott, I'm going to tell you what you want, what you really, really need. To channel my inner walrus. Start clapping my hands together and start going.
Yeah. I know
right.
why he wants to be called the walrus. He's not.
He's not. He's not that. It's not
Tony, is he the walrus?
Nope.
Not
I am
even
the
close.
walrus.
Cuckoo.
You're not even close either.
Cuckoo.
This past week on the PlayStation Network, you can buy 2 PS4 games: Tiny Brains for $20 and Escape Plan for $15.
Oh, that game came out? Let's get it.
I
I still use
$20
their
to spare.
business card USB.
It's true.
Keep it in my wallet.
I still have that as well. Escape Plan is cross-buy, so if you already bought it for PS3/Vita, you already own it. Go download it on your PS4. On the PS3 games, you can buy Stick It to the Man for $13. It's also cross-buy with Vita. And what was the Vita downloadable game that came out? Onimushu or whatever. Something like that.
Animush.
Muramasa?
No. Came out this week. I forgot. Oh, well, it's not important. This past week on the Xbox Game Store.
It's not Persona 5, so it doesn't matter.
There you go. The Raven.
Game.
Oh, the
that's
Persona
news.
5 news. We'll get to that in a second. That's important enough that we'll get to that in a second. This past week on the Xbox Game Store, you can buy The
I
Raven.
can't believe you guys forgot.
Legacy of a Master Thief, Chapter 1, The Eye of the Sphinx. Wow. For $10 US. This past week on NintendoWare, for the Wii U, The Legend of the Mystical Ninja for $8. For the 3DS, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2 for $30. 3D Sonic the Hedgehog for $6. It's a 3D remastered version of the original Sonic the Hedgehog. Sounds cool. 3D Altered Beast for $6. Donkey Kong 3
Terrible
for
game.
$5. Donkey Kong 3 is bad.
No, I'm talking about Alter Beast.
Altered Beast. You don't like?
Altered Beast is god awful. Like that is the game that me and my brothers made fun of.
Altered Beast is pretty
That's
bad.
like the game I was allowed to say is terrible. I'd never see that about almost anything, but yeah, Alter Beast is fucking terrible.
That's the
hate that
one.
game.
That's Nabashin's 1.
So
On a scale of 1 to 10, that's the 1.
everybody gets one.
It's not
Everybody gets
broken enough to deserve the 1, but it is as
Spider-Man.
enjoyable as a 1.
Thanks, Spider-Man. Brilliant Hamsters! Exclamation mark for $10 as well. On DSiWare, you can get Hooked on Bass Fishing, but for $5 or 500 Wii points. Retail releases for the week of December 10th, 2013. You can get Sorcery Saga: Curse of the Great Curry God for the Vita. Also available as Misanthrope by Brian O'Connor.
Pick
For
it up.
free!
It's good.
Go download it. It's
For
really fucking
pay
good.
what you want.
Pay what you want. If you don't want to pay anything, you can, but you should because it's really good.
Can we skip the next segment, please?
Pigs and craps, you don't want to do them?
Yeah, because everybody has the same pick unless they're Tony and he's lying to you. And then the craps don't matter because look at what we have.
It's all garbage, yeah.
Alter Beast is correct.
Altered Beast is the ultimate crap. That's all you gotta know.
It's true.
So wait, what is the pick that everybody has?
Tiny Brains?
Pretty sure it's
Escape
Escape
Plan?
Plan.
Escape Plan's pretty good.
I would have said Tiny Brains, dude. I love that game.
You love that demo
I
that you
played
played.
that pack.
Yeah, I played it at PAX and it was great.
Fucking Greg. God damn it.
Dude,
Maybe it was
we
because
kept
it
that
was
hell on
Tiny
the platform for so long.
I'm just thinking about how ignorant Greg is, and it's fucking making me upset.
Welcome to my world daily, sir.
All right. Before we get into the mail sack, I completely forgot because it happened last weekend. Persona 5 was announced.
Yep.
2 weekends ago, actually. Persona 5 came out, or was announced. Came out. It's coming to PS3 or winter 2014 in Japan.
Why? We got PS4s and Xbox One.
I hated that
Why would
people really thought that game was going to come to the PS4.
You know, I feel so vindicated about that too. It's like,
Me
this is
too,
why you're
totally.
stupid ass. Like, that's why you keep your old consoles, you mofos.
Like Joe, I posted a status on Facebook, and Joe's like, "It's weird it's not coming to PS4." I'm like, "No, it's not. That's not weird at all." And it's like, "Hopefully, it's not too much support." I'm like, "They will never port that game. If they're gonna port it to anything,
they won't.
it'll be a Vita, and that probably won't even happen." I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me that people think that Japan needs a PS4. Like, they made an engine in Catherine for the PS3 and 360. That game's probably going to come out in 360 in North America. People need to calm down. Other than that, there are a couple other Persona games announced. I'm going to buy that stupid fucking dancing game because I'm a sad
I'm gonna buy
human.
everything that says Persona on it from now on, dude.
Although I think the 3DS game Persona Q, I think it's called.
Dude, it's a Persona game on a system that I own. Like, how much better does it get?
I think that looks all right. It looks like the chibi stuff is dumb, but it could be.
You're just
fun.
mad.
Yeah, I'm just. I
You're
always
just
live
mad
in
because
anger,
Rize
apparently.
doesn't have boobs when she's chibi.
What? I'm so dumbfounded by that comment. I don't know. What the fuck
I think it's a sudden realization that makes him a ton sadder.
No, that's not the reason at all.
It's the reason that he liked Rize to begin with, because dem boobies.
Yeah, that's the only reason. Now she
The
can't
only
even fucking
reason.
handle this. It's fucking 12:47 in the morning.
Well, like, now she doesn't care because Chie has the same boob size when she's chibi, so.
Sure, why not?
I thought Chibi Aigis looked pretty adorable. I'm gonna be real with you. Oh, Ethan just
Like, every
peeked his
time
head in here, and then
Hi, Ethan.
went away. Go ahead.
Like, every time I see that Persona Q one where it says like something labyrinth, I keep thinking of labyrinth or like labyrinth for some reason. I'm like, oh, is it a story about labyrinth? No, it's not a story about labyrinth. That's Persona 4 Arena. So
David Bowie just shows up. Yeah, no,
sequel to that game, by the way.
Yeah, and they announced the sequel to Persona 4 Arena, which has Junpei
Suplex
Mikari.
Soul.
Yeah, Suplex, other subtitle names that sound ridiculous but cool. And Adachi's gonna be in that. That's cool. I'm excited. Spoilers for everything.
As long as he's got Nanako with him.
But why? That's a good reason.
Why
Or a
would
good
he be in
question.
that game?
You should play Persona 4. That game looks really good too. So that's coming to PS3 as well. The sequel to that. It's gonna have more story content, new character, other stuff. This is a good weekend for Persona lovers. Right now, all we know is about Persona 5 is that you, our slave, want emancipation? Question mark. And that's it.
Proclamation. Okay, stop.
Exclamation mark. I'm curious. I have a question for you two. Do you think the Persona 4 cast is going to return in Persona 5? I don't. That
No.
wouldn't make sense.
That really wouldn't. If you know the Persona series, the answer is yeah.
Is it yes? Or
No. The answer is, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Scott. Let's just make sure.
It is late, and I'm trying to pay attention, but I'm failing.
Well, we know that at least one is coming back, so.
What is that? Who?
Marie will be in the next game.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Which I'm like, hooray!
That totally makes sense. They announced that? Where'd they announce that?
No,
A while
they did
ago.
not announce it.
They didn't announce it?
Oh, no, never mind. Tony is right. They did announce it.
Thank
a while
you.
ago.
Really?
That's
Okay.
right. It's good to be right for once.
Enjoy this moment. All right,
I will.
Here's a voicemail from Silver PR, if it'll play.
Hopefully.
Hola, guys. Two of you are here. Late
It is
happy
working
Thanksgiving
very
to
well.
everybody. I hope everybody could enjoy their time with their loved ones. Guys, I don't have a next gen console yet, but I have played with some of my friends and down here, and I cannot say not that many bad things about both of them. One thing that I would say that I'm pretty much already made my mind. I'm gonna buy my PS4 when good economic times come. But the thing is that right now they don't have MP3 support, and by the time perhaps I buy it, they should have implemented it. So yeah. But one thing that I love about custom soundtracks is to sort the music that you want in certain games. And I'll be honest, I'm really old school in this shit, but I cannot stand Gran Turismo music, original music, so I just pretty much do a custom soundtrack, and I just put all aero beats, like all the aero beats, Initial D, that kind of thing, because I love that shit for racing games. It pumps up your
Somewhere Justin
brain or
Graphius is
something.
happy.
I mean, it gets me in the moment for racing, and I can't live without that, and hopefully maybe I'll do it for Gran Turismo 6, so I'm excited. Anyway, guys, if you guys do custom soundtracks on your video games, or listen to something in playing video games, I mean, there's a specific genre of music that you listen, or you play, maybe racing, action, games, or whatever. Yeah, just curious. Sorry, I'm a little off today. Sorry. Anyway, guys, hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving. Adios. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Silver PR, for calling in as always.
Mm-hmm.
What do you listen to? What kind of music do you listen to? To what kind of games? It's a good question.
The game.
Any answers, please? Anybody?
Well, for me, I normally like the game soundtrack, unless it doesn't fit, in which case I will play, whatever music that I normally like listening to, which means death metal and heavy metal and post-hardcore, maybe some techno, maybe some super meat, but anything
Super
that
Meat
I
Boy
normally like to
soundtrack.
listen to. The only thing that gets like
That
a special soundtrack is because it's sort of a joke. And it's I will put on a song to the theme of a character when people tell me to go carry with them, especially if it's singed.
Yeah.
And then I play it back for
them.
them.
League of Legends champion for people that.
But that is it. Because
Like.
most games I play have really good soundtracks.
I listen to Misanthrope
Well,
when I play video
what's
games.
an example of a game that doesn't have a good soundtrack for you, Scott?
For me, that would be a game sort of like GTA 5, where it's not that it has a terrible soundtrack in its score, it's that I don't like the other stuff they throw on top of it, and I just will not listen to that. And if it gets to a point where I want to have something ready, so I overlay it, then I will do that. But for the most part, it's not really a thing for me.
Yeah, I agree, Scott, about GTA. It's a good thing Silver PR brought this up, because I want to point out that Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, both of those games, have fucking amazing music. Oh my god! Like Mario 3D World, I'll note also has like very Zelda-inspired music in some cases. I don't know if you've noticed that yet, Nabashin.
Nope.
But it's got some like really epic full orchestra stuff in some of the later levels that I thought was really beautiful.
Yeah, that is definitely more Zelda than it has been Mario. I think that's what you're getting.
It's more Galaxy than it is anything towards the end, but
right.
That makes sense because Galaxy has the best music in the Mario franchise, in my opinion. Zelda: A Link Between Worlds has my favorite soundtrack from this year. Holy shit! I listened to that game. I played that game entirely with headphones.
I would say that Pikmin would come close in that soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
but I want to say for Pikmin, it's a mix of a repeat of what I've already listened to. And like for Zelda, it's kind of true too, but it's not true for the temples at all.
Yeah.
Like not at all.
Oh my
And
God,
for the
temples are
overworld,
so good.
they do it because they have to.
Yes, but the temples are like totally new stuff. Some of them are like little references back to the original temples, but it's like
Right.
completely redone in like the best way. Ugh. That fucking sand temple music is so good. Oh, sorry, I'm flashing back to A Link Between Worlds. Like, if I'm playing a fighting game, I'll usually listen to music. Something fast. Like rap. I like rap. I listen to a lot of rap. Talked about this on the show before. Usually
Yeah,
fighting.
you and your
Right,
gross
into that.
obsession.
Yeah, there's not good rap on the VGAs, guys. VGX. whatever the fuck
Dude,
it's
that
called.
was the best rap. Best kind of
Oh,
rap.
God, it was so bad. Sorry.
You know what's the
guys.
best kind of rap? Wrapping paper.
What about tortilla wraps?
Nah, not as good.
I don't know.
I
I've
like
been noticing
plastic wrap
music
the
in
best.
games. Plastic wrap's good. I've been noticing music in games a lot more recently. After playing like Mario and Zelda, I'm like, man, it's fucking dope ass music. But yeah, if I like fighting games are usually the only thing I listen to music while I'm playing. Like Injustice, I listen to a lot of music. Usually I listen to podcasts because I'm always behind.
I mean,
That's what I
how many
do.
times did you hear "Get Down" from Batman?
Exactly.
Normally it's pure game sound, and maybe I'll watch a video to the side, or I'll be listening to a video.
Yeah, when I play a lot of handheld games, I watch TV in the background usually.
I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube videos. I'm on YouTube like all the time.
That's
Jeez.
what I mean by
Jeez, are you my 10-year-old nephew?
no. If I'm watching a TV
Sure.
show, I am watching a TV show.
Yeah, I just listen to game soundtrack usually. The only time I listen to other stuff is like during racing games, and that's usually when I put my Japanese music that I got from from my old MP3s that I used to like rip onto CDs and I put on my PS3. That's when I used to like put anime on my PS3. I used to have the whole Hyrie thing on my whole Hyrie series on my PS3, and then eventually I think I had formatted it. Yeah. But yeah, I still have that music on my PS3, and I still listen to it whenever I play a driving game or just when I want to listen to shit again.
For me,
I have. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Tony. You're.
Hey,
My
it's
bad.
fine. Well, for me, I usually just listen to the game soundtrack even if I don't like it. And the reason why is because they chose that music for a reason, and it conveys specific things about the game that you're playing. And
Sometimes
so, like, for example, Papers, Please, that soundtrack.
it's good.
And like the Stanley Parable, you're doing something wrong if you've got something played over that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you should be listening
There's
to
a
that.
reason why they didn't put music in that game except for at choice moments.
Yes.
However, for games like League of Legends or something like that, where it's a lot of the same thing, but they don't really have a soundtrack, I'll listen to podcasts. I'll listen to music. I don't really listen to podcasts while I'm playing League. I usually like have a huge playlist on iTunes that's just on repeat and on shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I'm playing something else, like some indie game, like if I'm playing The Binding of Isaac or something, I'll watch YouTube videos or something. So there we go. That's what I do.
Cool. I was just gonna say, not sure I was talking about driving games. I really want to play Forza 5 for some reason.
You are a monster.
I want to be into driving sims.
Do you want to buy that $24 car?
The answer is Alex. The answer is no. You don't. You're curious.
I like driving sims and like driving games in general, but mostly like the realistic driving games. I've always wanted to break into that genre.
The only game you need to play
Turismo
that has
5,
driving in it is Need for Speed Underground, and then you're done.
Like here, the driving. Like we're talking about driving sims. Driving sims are interesting. Greg's term of interesting.
Don't use that.
No, but that
like
is
them.
Don't pull the gray card, man. Come on.
That is. But it's you know how Greg likes to go further or retract from that point.
I do. I know exactly what you're
That
talking about.
if you never move from that point, that is what driving sims are.
Yeah, but I might like them. Like I want like MMOs. I can give a shit about MMOs. I don't care about trying anything unless it speaks to me specifically. Like Elder Scrolls Online or something. Like I'll try that because it speaks to me. I like Elder Scrolls. But like driving sims was always genre that I was like, I'd give that a shot. I might
I
like
don't
that.
think you're going to like ESO. Just putting that out.
Just play F-Zero GX. Same thing.
Not even close.
I fucking
Five
love
I know. I'm
GX.
totally joking.
5
I'm
times
totally
better.
joking. I'm
If
totally
that's the same
joking.
thing, I'm on board.
I would be too.
Yeah.
But like, for a while, a driving sim was all I had, and it was like we were curious to see what was closer to the end of the game and what it would be like to actually have a fast car because we were kind of bad. So we took turns because once we got there, we were just like, "Fuck this! This isn't any better."
Yeah.
Because it really, really, really wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to Weekend Confirmed. It always happens like this. Fucking Garnet Lee was talking about Forza 5. He was just talking about Forza in general. It
Like,
sounded,
it comes down to
sounded
this.
awesome.
It comes down to this. Are you interested in the cars themselves?
Kinda. Not like a whole lot, but kinda.
That's not
Then,
worth $60.
then it is not worth you to get this kind of driving game.
I mean, like, I want to give it a shot. If I can find a way, like, I'm not gonna go out and just buy Forza.
You're
Horizon.
talking to someone who has a good deal of experience with this.
Yes, but I'm different than you. It ends up, Scott. I'm not a clone.
You can never be me.
I would try and get my hand on a copy. Like I'll borrow it from a friend or something.
That
before-
that is perfectly
You
fine.
don't have.
Like, I'm not like, for you, the money is better elsewhere. But if you're gonna just borrow it to try it out, okay.
I was saying option like I was gonna buy or borrow Forza Horizon from Damien or something.
Oh,
That's
Forza
how I
Horizon is
figured it
completely
happened.
different.
I wasn't gonna get Forza 5. That game looks hot, but
You said Forza 5.
I know. Well, I was looking at Forza 5. That was the example I was using. But I would try
Yeah.
something
Oh.
that I can actually play first.
Yeah, get Forza Horizon, dude. That game's really good, I hear. And it's in the middle between sim and arcade, so I think that
Yes,
game's really
that's why
I think I
thinking
have a Forza game from when I bought my Xbox,
it's probably Forza 2.
so you can
Forza
just borrow
3.
that.
Get Forza Horizon. That game.
Forza
will be
Horizon seems like the
good
sweet
entry.
spot.
Yeah.
We could beg Nintendo for another F-Zero.
Yeah, but I'm still every day I'm begging Nintendo for another fucking F-Zero. Give me Metroid F-Zero and Star Fox. All right, Zelda
Well,
Mario. was
Metroid,
pretty cool.
I like Metroid. Metroid's my favorite game to play. Are you going to announce the game of that? Nah.
Nah,
Thanks,
son.
Reggie.
Nah. Thanks, Reggie. Thanks, Obama. Anyway,
Fucking Obama.
this has been a Rational Passions podcast. You can contact us in a variety of ways, just like Silver PR did. You can leave us a voicemail. The number is 404-590-1337. Please, just somebody. Anyone.
Fuck you,
No.
Alex.
No.
It's likely. Because it is.
It's like a brutalizer because it is.
I love that Alex has to do it himself now. He's trying so hard to make it happen.
So low. It's likely because it is, motherfuckers. Standard long distance fees do apply. You can send us an email. That's mailsack@irrationalpassions.com. That's MAIL sack@irrationalpassions.com. You can follow each of us on Twitter. I'm at AlFighter27. Scott is at WhatTechuz. Tony's at Tony Horvath, all one word. Nabishin's at Nabishin186. That's NABESHIN 186. And again, all one word.
All lowercase, not really.
And then Nudis is at Frisky_gamer. If you missed it. Twitch live streams are on hiatus because my hub broke. So I was gonna stream
Yeah,
Paper Mario,
that's news.
Broke?
but
What?
it just stopped working. I'm gonna get
You should talk to them and be like, yo, guys, shit's fucked.
I feel like it's out of warranty at this point. I'm gonna get an Elgato capture card by the end of the year, so I'm just gonna use that from then on. YouTube stuff's still going up though. The show goes up every week, and Burl C video review is coming up soon. YouTube.com/Rational Passions. Some other stuff. Please rate and review us on iTunes. It helps us out quite a bit. follow the show on Twitter at IrrationalPod for shows on or updates on when the show goes live. When we are doing Twitch live streams, which again will happen soon. We'll be back soon, and when stuff goes up on the site and on YouTube and whatnot. Also, don't forget to follow at MaliciousPod for updates on the Malicious Podcast, Malicious Underground Podcast X, which is our anime show. And go to the website and check out Writers Ramble, our Writers Podcast. It's awesome. And tell your friends, please. Word of mouth is the best way to spread the love. And, of course, go to irrationalpassions.com for all the good stuff, especially reviews, opinion pieces, and other assorted content about video games done by our excellent team of writers. Misanthrope, also. One last thing. If you haven't already... What?
No,
No,
okay,
yeah.
temp it, please.
I was just
No,
going to
temp
say.
it. Yeah, go ahead. Do it.
If you haven't already downloaded Misanthrope, it is probably, by the time you hear this, available. If not, it comes out on December 10th. It is an album done by Brian Altano, who's one of the hosts of The Comedy Button, one of our favorite podcasts that we always, or almost always, reference every week. So check it out. Not sure where it's going to be posted. Should be Bandcamp. Check out Brian Altano on Twitter at Agent Bizzle, all one word, exactly how it sounds. And he will definitely be tweeting up a storm about Misanthrope. Awesome, orchestrated, or not orchestrated, but instrumental album, I should say. And it's really good. Orchestrated album.
Dude, Brian
Full
Altano,
orchestra.
5-star conductor.
Yeah,
So
he's
good,
a
that's trombone.
master conductor. Yeah, you know.
Dude.
That's all I got. Nobchin. Ask me something.
I'll have music. What?
Yeah, there's music there.
All right, guys. Let's,
It's been a long time
what's
since
your-
I
hear
heard
it?
this music.
Yes, I can hear.
Okay.
I'm probably just kind of delayed right now. I'm sorry. It's the delay. I'm sorry. What's your ultimate Thanksgiving plate? Like everything you need on your Thanksgiving plate. That would be like this is a perfect Thanksgiving plate. I guess something like that. Like for me, my ultimate Thanksgiving plate is my mom's baked macaroni and cheese, which is which is really
Got
great.
that
It's
soul
like one of the best
food.
things ever. It's one of the best things ever. Like even my best friend Mark and Katie, like like every year, like around Thanksgiving, I had to give them a slice of that, or they'll get like really pissy with me. So yeah, that's one thing on my plate. Another one is collard greens. Is it collard greens or greens? This green. Like I never eat collard greens like any other time around the year, but like around Thanksgiving, my mom makes the best time, and like and I always love eating those. Some butter rolls, chocolate cake, because my mom used to make chocolate cake around that time, and probably something else I can't think of, but that's pretty much my
Turkey?
ultimate plate right there. I
Turkey.
don't eat turkey, bro. Come on.
Turkey's not that good. I'm with you, Nobchin.
My brother at Thanksgiving this year was like, "Hey man, where's the ham?" We're like, "That's not what you eat at this time."
I always eat ham for
Turkey ham?
Thanksgiving. Not just ham, but also turkey, and ham. For me, my aunt makes the fucking world's best broccoli casserole. It's just fucking cheese and broccoli with some Ritz crackers crumbled up on top. It's so good. Oh my god. I love broccoli. It's the best vegetable, hands down.
Without
'cause
cheese?
I can eat it without cheese as long as it's steamed. I can even eat it raw sometimes.
Only the not the stem without raw though.
I'll eat
Not
the
the
stem
stem.
too. Fuck it. That's how crazy I am for broccoli though. I love
Gross.
broccoli though. Smother it in cheese though, and it is the bomb. I get a little bit of turkey. I'm not a huge fan of turkey, but I'll eat it because my aunt makes a pretty good turkey. The dark meat's really good. And I'll put
Your family's probably not all that good at turkey gravy.
Well, the
insult.
gravy I was. Yeah,
Damn.
fucking just
Scott's
insult
about
me.
to start a family
Maybe
war.
I just don't like turkey. Jesus. Family war. O'Neill's versus Guthiers. Fucking throw down.
Dude, his dad would destroy your whole family.
Probably. His dad's like, could like do this and just crush them with his muscles.
It's not about muscles. He tells me this all the time, but the reason my dad likes SpongeBob is because all that stuff, according to the fish market, is very real. He had a boss that was exactly like Mr. Krabs, and he was essentially SpongeBob, and they had several places trying to take my dad's secret, quote-unquote, secret recipes.
That's amazing.
That is not a joke.
Your dad is the real-life SpongeBob? That's fucking amazing.
That happened.
Yeah, you should go up to your dad and be like, hey, dude, doesn't it suck when you get a rip in your pants?
That's actually me, because that happens to me all the time.
Well, before we go completely off on this tangent, since we're already long enough, I will finish. Broccoli casserole, a little bit of turkey. That makes really good gravy. If anything, the gravy's really good. I don't like the turkey too much, but the gravy's great. I like it when my dad makes turkey more. But usually my aunt makes it, and I pour a little gravy on that. It's good. Mashed potatoes, of course. I love me some taters. And that's about it. I don't like stuffing or cranberry. I'll have like a biscuit, usually, but I'm not a fan of most Thanksgiving food or Christmas food for that matter. Like my mom makes lasagna on Christmas because she's awesome and she knows what's up.
I didn't know there was a Christmas food until quite recently because we never really did it.
Yeah, like I don't know what traditional Christmas food is. Like I usually just have more turkey, ham, blah blah blah. Same as Thanksgiving food. I'm like, be different Christmas. But at the end of the night, I always have a slice of pumpkin pie with some Cool Whip on it, because that's the bomb.
Whip?
Whip. You just hate me today, don't you? No, I'm just kidding. The Expo on the Cool Whip.
That's your ultimate Thanksgiving.
Pretty normal stuff. Like I'll eat the turkey, I'll eat the gravy, I'll eat the mashed potatoes. All the like normal stuff. Except like one thing my family has always done is like these homemade like noodles with a sauce, and it's like that's really all I would need on Thanksgiving is just a giant bowl of homemade motherfucking noodles, and I'm set.
What kind of sauce is it?
I don't know exactly. It's kind of like a mix between like it's like almost like a starchy gravy sauce. It's basically like.
Oh, this sounds so good right now.
I don't know how to describe it, but like you'll have to try it sometime, and then maybe you can describe it better. It just tastes delicious, and like delicious. It doesn't taste like noodles that you'd buy from the store. It doesn't taste like the noodles that you'd have with Italian cuisine because it's not made that way. They're all the noodles are handmade from like flour and all that stuff. You roll it out yourself and you cut it with like a pizza cutter or whatever. Cook it all day. It's so good.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like my favorite thing.
That sounds amazing. That's like
you can ask Alana. She's been to 2 family events total, which was like she was at Thanksgiving last year and she was at Christmas, and she's had noodles at both of them, and she knows what's up. It's like it's probably the best thing that my family has ever made.
Sounds good. Yeah, that sounds like the equivalent of my aunt's Easter pasta sauce.
Yeah, I need to have my aunt teach me how to make it.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
My turn?
Yeah, Scott, throw it down.
Okay, so my family is a little weird with Thanksgiving. They only do the traditional for every year, and then every year, but then
off year.
Then they have something that they do differently every year. So what's constant every year is normally the turkey.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 kinds of stuffing, which is regular,
Mm-hmm.
at least what I consider regular, than oyster.
Ooh.
The oyster stuffing is good. The thing about it is I can't stand oysters, but I can still eat the stuffing. The thing about I don't, because there's too much.
Yeah.
And I can't eat
I can't eat everything.
I can't, like, my plate is ridiculously small at Thanksgiving, and they're like, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you eating?
Stack it on top.
Basically. That's what I do. I fill my
like,
plate and then slather noodles all over the top.
There's the
shut up,
turkey,
Tony,
the
you're making me
stuffing, and then you have cornbread.
Oh my God, cornbread.
Those
is the
are
best.
the only three things that are constant. We have mashed potatoes every year, but we do something different to the mashed potatoes every year.
Cool.
Sometimes it's got dead bodies in it. Sometimes
like, what did you do this year?
Ponies in it.
Okay, so Tony, you remember how you kept telling me to get cheesy eggs, and I'm like, I'm not all that into cheese. And when I finally got it, I was like, hey, yeah, this is really good.
Thank you.
They, for some reason,
Tony knows what's
they
up.
figured out that stuffing carrots and then something else into the mashed potatoes has that effect on mashed potatoes as it did with the cheesy eggs.
Sounds good.
It's so funny. Like this is something that like you guys need to hear about. So Scott and I, during the first semester at UMBC, we had unlimited meals because we were like, seems like what we would need anyway. So except you couldn't use them except for at specific times. And to me, it felt wasteful if we didn't eat 3 meals a day because we paid for it anyway. So
we went to breakfast.
We went to breakfast every day, which usually happened before Scott and I went to bed for the night. So we go, and every single time you'd have like ham or bacon or sausage or something, and then a choice between normal eggs or cheesy eggs, and then you had like all the cereals and like the toast and stuff at the other place. And every time I'd go up, Scott would get normal eggs and I'd get cheesy eggs, and I'd be like, Scott, try the cheesy eggs, and he'd be like, I don't really like cheese. And so this was a thing that happened every day for like 4 weeks straight. And then
I should have taken the hint. I should have taken the hint.
And then he finally tried it, and he was like, "These are really good." So there you go.
It wasn't the kind of, oh, okay, you don't really like cheese, I can let it go. It was like, you're being dumb, please try it. I know you're gonna like it, and I'm not gonna bother you.
This is college. This is about new experiences. And then I started getting omelets because there was a guy who made custom omelets there in the mornings.
Oh,
right.
God damn
it was one of the things. It was one of the things that you don't let go because he's your friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotcha.
But yeah, that comparison to the potatoes. I know only Tony's gonna like get it. But that's what it did to the potatoes this year. In previous years, we've left partial skins on.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot, actually, in my mashed potatoes.
That can be really good, yeah.
Yeah, it was done the right way. And
shut up, no. You just made it gross.
One of the other years, we did a weird spinach thing, and that was also really good.
What'd you do this year?
This year was the cheesy thing with the carrots. I don't know how it did that, because normally when I see carrots and then they're cooked, I'm like, no, stop it.
You like raw carrots?
Yes.
I like them both, as long as they're not overcooked. Overcooked carrots.
Actually, I don't like raw carrots. That's it.
Okay.
And then for the there's always something with cranberry, but it's a mystery as to what it's going to be every year.
Okay. What was your big alternative dish this year?
You see, that's the thing. I take a very, very small amount, and it's normally part of the turkey breast. I mix that in with whatever the mashed potatoes are in for the year, and I stick gravy on top of that. I take whatever the vegetable for the year is, because even though my house can go horribly wrong with vegetables on a day-to-day basis, there's always a really good one for Thanksgiving, and this year it was broccoli.
Cool.
So, do you guys get together with other family for Thanksgiving, or is it usually just
not
your
every
family?
year? Not every year.
So you have a big family, so...
Yeah, like my
family.
aunt lives like a mile down the road from us, so we always get together with them. And then I think my mom's other sister lives like 30 minutes, so she comes down, and then my grandma comes down from where she's staying. So we always have a bunch of people over for Thanksgiving, and that makes it pretty nice.
I've heard that my Pennsylvania side of the family's Thanksgiving is amazing, and that we have to find a way to get to it one year, but it's simply too far.
Yeah.
Because my
Like,
dad works the day before, he works the day after.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Oh.
my brother and my uncle like both work the night shift, so they leave in the middle of it. But you know,
Gotcha.
they
Right.
like we're a mile apart, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Like now that my mom lives in Florida, I alternate every year. Like I'll do Thanksgiving there, Christmas here. When my dad lives here. This year I did Thanksgiving here. I'm doing Christmas in Florida. So my first Christmas in Florida. That'll be exciting.
So yeah, the plate's normally small. It's always cornbread, turkey with the mashed potatoes and gravy, vegetable of the year, and then by that time, it's the sparkling cider of whatever that beer is too.
Cool. Sounds cool. Sounds interesting. My family always does the same thing for Thanksgiving, which is it's usually good, but it's just like I like little variants.
Yeah, and then the pies are always like so to be fair, there's always like a pumpkin pie, but the pumpkin pie is always different. It's not like we go ahead and we have the same recipe for it every year.
Yeah.
We try something new with the recipes, and then the other pie, not only do we try a new recipe, but it's also like a different kind of pie. One time it was this weird Oreo pudding pie. Another time it was... This year it was a really, really good but too sweet apple peach pie.
Nice.
Not apple peach, apple pear.
This year, me and my mom made a cheesecake together. It was fun.
One year we did a cheesecake for a pie. One year we did a cookie cake for a pie, and I was happy.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Just
yeah,
have the just go to cookie people. Draw a turkey on it. That's our turkey.
Thanks, Cookie America or whatever you call it. Great American
Just
Cookie.
put in an order with Domino's. Be like, draw a turkey on the box. So
Pretty much.
half because I want to tell you about this, and half because I don't want this music to end. I'm going to tell you guys about what I made for lunch today.
Okay.
I made these amazing burgers, and I'm going to tell you how I did it so you can enjoy it yourself. So what I did was, and this made 4 burgers, and I ate 2, and then I ate 2 for dinner. So then I did this at like 2 o'clock after Navashin made himself some noodles. So what I did was I defrosted a pound of hamburger, and then I put it in a bowl, or like a big bowl with 1 egg, which is like acts kind of like glue, and then I put in salt, pepper, and garlic, and a bit of Worcestershire sauce and soy sauce, and then I mixed it all together, and then I formed them into 4 hamburgers.
I hate you.
Why? You want me to make this for you?
I am so hungry right now.
I made it into 4 hamburgers, and I cooked them for on high heat for 6 inches on the first side, or 6 minutes on the first side. Flipped them, 4 minutes on the second side, and then I put some cheddar cheese on top. Put the lid back on for 2 more minutes to melt the cheese, and then I put it on a bun with some ketchup, and it was fucking delicious. So you can do that yourself now. Or I'll just make you a burger sometime. And
There you go,
you'll be
listeners.
like, that's Cooking with Tony, episode 1.
Yeah, Cooking with Tony, our new YouTube series.
I would have given you measurements for like the salt, garlic, pepper, Worcestershire sauce, and soy sauce that I used, except I literally didn't measure anything.
Eyeball it, man. It's always the best way.
Yep.
16 minutes and 50 seconds is our longest Nabashin asks. Thank you, Nabashin, for that fun question.
And now she's like, I'm so hungry now.
Yeah, goddamn.
A mistake.
Nabashin doesn't even eat. Fuck. Well, there you go. That's the podcast. Thank you, one, to Brian Altano for sending me your album. It's awesome.
Yeah, it was good stuff, dude.
Hello you. Check out the comment button if you don't already. Download Misanthrope. Viral Botabots. Misanthrope. Thank you, Danny, for your opening and closing music of The World is Saved and 2-player co-op. Not in that order. Thank you, Nabashin. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Anudis, for being on the show. It's been a fun, long ride. I hope you're getting your irrational passions fixed after our week off. I've been your host, Alex O'Neill. Play your games, stay rational. We'll talk to you guys next week.
This is a long motherfucking podcast.
Goddamn right.
Tittles,
Tony.
I'm about to.
Tittles?
All right, so the tittles for this week. God Night. Peeing Turtles, Tales of Borderlands, I Apologize for All Black People, VG Sucks, It's Better Than Saying Meh, Zach Morris Powers, Levoluted, Talking to a Lyrical Beat, Nigerian Joe Namath, The More Emoji, what is that?
Emojis.
Emoji, the better. I think it's spelled EMOJI. Camera Eyes,
Not.
Battlefield 4, Bad Company, Don't Be That Guy, The Glint's So Good, Attack with the Giant Golden Bell for Massive Damage, Alex Bot the Chinless Robot, Everybody Gets One, Ivar is essentially the genus of Zilia, Chibi Rise has no boobs, Thanks Reg Mama, Family Wars, X-Bone on the Cool Whip, and SpongeBob is Scott's dad.
Oh, fuck. I know what I'm voting for. X-Bone on the Cool Whip all day.
I'm game.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, I'll say the title. Who wants to say the number?
Tony,
You say. You
never
haven't been
wrong.
on. Yeah.
This is the Irrational Passions Podcast, episode 157.
X-Bone on the Cool Whip. That's how you do a podcast. Please stop recording. I need this now, because this is going to fucking take me forever to edit. So please.
It's going
upload
to take
this.
forever for my computer to decide that it wants me to let me save this because it's 4 hours long.
Yes, true, but you're going to be on Starbound with me, so I can make you get it up now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be working on it. First, I'm going to go pee, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm going to
And
get.
we can transition to Skype if you'd like, if that's easier.
That's probably easier.
Yeah.
I get-
Well, hold on. Before you do any of this,